Hey y'all, how is everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. My days are so mixed up at this point. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. We are going to do a little drama. It's drama, but it's kind of correcting a narrative. Also, I was asked direct questions I didn't even know about. Um, there was a live stream last night, and again, no big deal. I popped in at the very end of it and actually made a few comments. So I will be addressing what and why I did that also, because as you guys know, I'm as transparent as get out. But it looks like somebody has missed me. So I will be giving them a little bit of attention and let's go. Hey everybody, how are you all today? Mods, for whoever's in here, you guys know I don't tell you what to do, but if you see any comments whatsoever in regards to her parenting, her kids, her childhood, possible addictions, anything like that, please remove them. Because we don't do that, unlike she likes to claim. But they do all that, and I'm going to make a point of that today. So if you could just keep an eye on that stuff for me. None of that needs to be discussed, but because I am going to be pushing back and showing some examples of things, sometimes people in the comments just like to get out of control. So, hey Aries, hey Steph, hey Jay, Dazed and Amazed, Claus, Sweet and Sleuthy, Not That Karen, Kelly, Janice in accounting, helmets, armor, life jackets, wonder what else. It's not that bad, you guys. It's not that bad. Hey, Nash Native. It's really not that bad. Hey, Ballpark Mama. Sorry I was late, you guys. Hey, Tebow. I had to run to the gas station. Hey, Catherine. Aqua Hearts. Penny for your thoughts. Yeah, I wouldn't have either. I would have never known, but thankfully people let me know. Hey, Donna. And then I just happened to get up. I had to get somebody off to the airport. So, hey, Catherine. Coffee Addict. Mom of 3. Parody Streets. Sorry, I'm trying to read some of these. And Angelics. Terry, TK. Opinionated. Trying to run as fast as I can through these. Ava. Go Bulldogs. Sharon. Liberty Farmer. Drama, I did say. Terry. Jojo. We Gob Heat. Misty Day. Mal. Well, I don't know if this is going to be good. Hey, Bombs Becca. Proud Mimi. Bo. Crafty Girl. X. Army Mom 2020. Hindsight's 2020. Jamie. Amy. Tebow, I did dare. How dare I? Teresa. Taylor was Stitchin' Bitchin' and More. Whispers. Kels. Zoya. Sheila. I snuck out again, Sheila, in the middle of the night. Revival, Emily, Steph, the real angel. It's so good to see you. Hey, Perry, 9mm, Alicia J, Mrs. Muddock, LA326, FBSI. It's good to see you. Shelly M, Jackson Black, Wise Mom. I feel like my sinuses are breaking up a little bit and it's starting to come out. I still feel really drained. Like I am not a good sleeper as is, so I think that's been the problem. But I did take a little bit of a nap today, which is rare for me, but thank you. I feel a little bit better, but according to her chat, I need to get a whole lot of nasal spray. It's called a cold, you idiots. Like I can't, adults that just don't adult. Texas Blue Bonnet, Moy, Stella, you're a king. Avie, Carrie, T. Marie, Madison, Trish, Hazel Eyes, Kitty Coo, T. I hope your day was amazing. Tuesday's Dead, Nature Rocks, Never Say Never, Elliot Only One, BJ, Hey Wolfie, Pistol Amy, Gypsy, Twist, Akira, like girl. Okay, I think we're getting there. I'm an Angel, Megan VR, Army Mom. I just said hello. Sorry, I'm going through some of them. Microwave Crack, Explorer Car. Hey Toots. Hey that Ellen. Frame 313. Peppermint Patty. I'm trying. Twisted Isabel. I'm going. True Crime for You. Rhonda Rue. Everybody gets mad at me because I don't pay attention to the comments, so I at least try to say hello in the beginning. Hey Eve. I try to catch some. Kelly S. Francisco. Smiles. Okay. Dexter. Shush. Pineapple Propagandist. Rana. Oh, I know. That's my favorite part. Okay. Bomb Becca. Baton Rouge. Lurker. Kimberly. Hello, everybody. Navigator, Music City. Just Robin. I guess I should have started this off crying. Oh my God. Yeah. Benny Ray, Tribal Gal. Okay. Let's just get into some straight drama after we give Dexter a few treats, because that's the only way we're going to get able to have some peace and quiet, because Dexter is like, yeah, I see you bitches. Mom's saying your guys' names. I get to bug her. Give me 1 second. Okay, we got a few things to discuss. Not really. I mean, it's drama, but it's not drama, but it's drama, but it's... I think I've been missed. I think she's missed me speaking to her. So, and I just got to say, man, you're a chicken shit. Straight up chicken shit if you have to use me so you don't get struck. Like, what? What? Because you know I don't strike? Like, what the frick? I know. Tribal Gal, I need to figure out how to do that. Oh my God, they spoke on my shitty childhood. She allowed it in the chat. They spoke on my parenting. I just can't do it. Like, I can't do it. But I am, I do have a few things to say, for sure. Rebel Soul, thank you so much for the super sticker. Hi, glad you were live, and thank you for all you do. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. All right. Not going to bore you with the 15-minute intro. Let's get right to it. Let's go. We're going to skip around. And because I know she wants a response and asked me direct questions, I know she will not be taking this down during the live stream. So we do not have anything to worry about there, because she asked me direct questions. So therefore, she wants a response. You ask questions, you want a response. So I know she will let us review this stream. So we don't have to worry about her yanking it or privating it halfway through like normal. Okay, here we go. We're going to start at the 23-minute mark. A little bit of
it goes to show you that there's, in my opinion, a narrative. There's absolutely a narrative being pushed right now. Even the people who are on the quote unquote dark side are asking why the Proudfoots are putting this out now.
The quote unquote dark side is really weird. It's really weird, and it shows how immature you are about all this. The quote unquote people that push back on the misinformation and the harm that is being done to victims and their families, most of us have stood here all along and haven't wavered. But to call us the dark side shows the level of immaturity that you have about this situation to even be discussing what you are about to. But carry on. You can call me the dark side, the pits of hell. I don't give a shit, frankly.
Today, I have been pretty aggravated. Not going to lie to you. It's pissing me off a little to see some of these people backtrack after they've spent months.
Backtracking. Sticking to the facts is backtracking. She's sped up to 1.5 and will stay that way, maybe up to 2 even.
Going at Seth and dragging him. It's really interesting.
Plain Seth's own words, once again, is not going at Seth or dragging Seth. Plain somebody's own words, what they have said previously, is not dragging somebody. It will never be. Try to land that. It's not going to.
Interesting to see some of these people kind of go back on everything and like basically say, I don't support neither of the parents, when this whole time they've been trashing us and ripping us apart. For
your own words, trash yourself. Sorry, just letting you know. Your own statements allow that to happen. Your own ignorance about these situations allow that to happen. Pointing out the harm that is constantly done, the misinformation, again, is not trashing you. And sticking to the facts, I probably do have some inherent bias because of what is being done over and over again, not based on facts, but based on rumors to the mother of the missing child. But I try to follow the facts. I don't know who is responsible for anything in this situation, if anybody is responsible for anything. But of course, we all have our inlaid biases, so there you go. But of course, she forgets that we've pushed back on things that have been said about Seth incorrectly too.
Asking legitimate questions when there's red flags.
Legitimate red flags. Again, her list of red flags was horrifying, and it was not red flags. It was things that she disagrees with personally. E for effort on the crying, but you're really not a crier, just pure honest with receipts. I cry quite a bit, to be honest. People can actually tell in the comment section when I'm getting emotional, and I try to hold it back as much, but I do cry. Some of the stuff gets the worst crying I do is when I'm that pissed. If I'm that pissed and I start crying, run. Just run.
Have you got
Revival? I can't yell this whole stream either. Sorry. I guess that's all I ever do is yell, according to these people. They don't understand the difference between passion and aggressive speaking versus yelling. I would hate to see how they live their lives. But anyways, I don't have enough voice for that.
We're backtracking.
I'll try.
Quite a couple of them are kind of going. They're not necessarily going back completely on their words, but they're
name names. Stand on it. Stand 10 toes down. If you know who's backtracking, stand 10 toes down. Stop trying to be evasive about this shit.
Kind of, pulling away from the Proudfoots a little bit.
Interesting.
Pulling away from the Proudfoots a little bit. That's a weird statement as is.
Yes.
Where's Nana? Come on, Nana, where you at? And Eddie, where you at?
Crabtree has convinced other creators that Sebastian has ODD. Okay, that's also another reason I want to go through this, because I'm very, very disgusted with that. Why does it?
If you only can stand 9 toes down, 8 toes down, 5 toes down, do whatever you want. Just stand in the shit, however many toes you got.
Feel like there's this narrative to make Sebastian look like a bad kid.
I'm very upset over that, Brittany, right now.
There's a narrative to make Sebastian look like a bad kid. Tell me you cannot understand what is being discussed without telling me. So first and foremost, his diagnosis, I do not agree with us even knowing. Well, it's twofold. I wish we would have known that at the very beginning when they talked about all these other things. For it to come out now and through a YouTuber like Stephen Crabtree seemed odd to me and seemed out of place. I do think it helps shed a lot of light onto the fuller picture, But I wish that was information we would have known in the beginning. Again, just because somebody has a diagnosis of something or behaviors does not mean they're a bad kid. That's pretty typical. And that's why we need to have open and honest discussions about so many families, because just because somebody has behaviors or a diagnosis does not mean that they are a bad kid. And I have not seen anybody trying to label Sebastian as a bad kid. Quite the opposite. Trying to gain understanding and inclusion and acceptance of things like this is not trying to label somebody as a bad child. But carry on.
With this. How?
And she is directly speaking about Dietz and Chasing, who did a live stream speaking on ODD last night.
Why?
Why?
None of this, like, even
He's
if
a victim.
Sebastian, hey, Nana.
He's a victim. He is a victim. He is
Yeah.
not the problem.
Nobody is trying to say he is not a victim. He is a missing child, a missing teenager, to be more accurate. He is not, like, I don't even know where this whole weird situation is, but here we are.
No.
Hi, Nana.
Hey, happy holidays. Good to see you. All right. So
Yes, because that is who did the stream on ODD. Yeah, that's what she's speaking on. Wolfie, yep.
there's a couple more people coming in just for the sake of it. Let me
But she's a chicken shit and won't name names.
just tell everybody welcome. Thank you. Bear with me. My office is cold and I got a toothache. So I'm
Revival, I think they did as best as they could, you know, with the information that we have. And I think it's very informative. I wish we would have known this stuff to begin with. It makes me uncomfortable knowing it now, coming through Stephen Crabtree. But Duchess was able to confirm that diagnosis was given to him in California before he was ever diagnosed with autism. It was alongside the ADHD diagnosis.
slowly waiting on it to warm up, and I'm battling through a toothache. But
Let me say something real quick, right? Hydrogen peroxide will work. Trust
Okay.
me. Trust
Just
me.
don't swallow it.
Yeah, don't
God,
swallow
no.
it. Just like swish it around, let it sit in there, and then spit it out, and then rinse it with just plain water. But do
Warm
it like
water.
3 or 4 times. Yeah, warm water.
We're not going to listen to all of this. There's just a couple of points I want to include in this beginning before we move on.
It works.
thank you. I'll definitely give it a go after I finish this. I'm gonna have to do something.
For anybody that has a toothache, get some clove oil. It tastes like shit, but it's a natural painkiller and a number for teeth. Clove oil is your friend.
Because it does hurt. Hopefully they see the red flags. They should, Sally. They should. So since there's 651 now, I just want to ask one more time. Thank you for being here, everybody. Do you mind taking a second and clicking that thumbs up? Eddie, you want to stay on screen or no? Oh, I see you. How's it going, Eddie? Hello. Hey,
I'm
Hot
stuck.
Mints.
I can't
What you
wait
mean?
till we get to the 5 CPS reports.
Oh yeah, so I think okay.
I have so many questions.
Please pay attention to the upcoming.
I have a bombshell, guys. There's actually 7.
So, wait, what?
Reality Win says, I have a bombshell, guys. There's actually 7. So first and foremost, we have no documentation of the first 5 that are being claimed, let alone 7.
Screen or no? Oh, I see you.
I'm rewinding.
How's it going, Eddie? Hello.
I'm
Hey, Hot
stuck.
Mints.
I can't
What you
wait till
mean?
we get to the 5 CPS reports.
Oh yeah, so I think okay.
I have so many questions.
I have a bombshell, guys. There's actually 7.
So, wait, what?
Reality wins once again with just spewing stuff with no proof on panel. Imagine that.
Yes,
Where'd you
ma'am.
get that from?
Jules was speaking about it tonight.
Allegedly innocent is who she's referencing. She also goes by Jules.
7?
From
I
other
thought we
sources.
counted 7 last night.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we counted 7.
Yeah, we're talking about California and New Mexico as well.
Right.
So there were also reports in California against Seth Rogers, but again, we have no indication or proof of any of these reports, let alone a number on these reports. You can have your own inclination and try to read between the lines and go through. We don't know. We truly have no idea how many times CPS was involved in any of their lives and shouldn't know.
The 5 are only
She even went over
in Tennessee.
with Nina's situation and stuff. Did a good live.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
I think Brittany was helping with her trial when we talked about that, though.
Let me see.
And
Oh,
hi,
did I miss?
Ashley.
Did I miss? I missed allegedly innocent today. Shoot, I'll have to go check it.
A good live. Hello, Eddie.
Eddie,
Hey,
How's everybody doing?
There he
doing
is.
good. Okay, so I think what I'll do just for the sake of a refresher, I'm going to play Tony's what Tony said again last night. Okay. I'm going to play this just in case there's anybody here that doesn't know. And then we're going to go through nonsense video where she basically goes over Crabtree's video, Stephen Crabtree, because I want to show y'all where Stephen Crabtree talks about these. He talks about sitting on the couch with Katie and Chris and looking over the email. But then he sits there and I want to show y'all how he just kind of like acts like he don't know why.
Right.
All of a sudden, Chris and Katie want this put out now.
Kelsey's lost. Brittany, Kelsey's lost.
Well, that's why I'm trying to catch people up.
Okay.
Kelsey, were you here last night? Weren't you here last night? So
It's interesting that she's got to use my stream because she's afraid of Stephen Crabtree striking her.
basically, for anybody that may be lost, Tony Mathis went up on Mr. and Mrs. E's last night. And well, I need to go back before that. Chris and Katie apparently have given Cluminati and Stephen Crabtree access to information about an email where Seth was researching boarding schools, a series of different boarding schools.
They showed them when they were at the house.
They left out the part where, yes, we are all lost. Exactly, Josh. Good to see you. Good stream tonight, Josh. They left out the part where Chris and Katie went to Seth over a year ago and asked him to take Sebastian. Seth tried to enroll Sebastian into a online school so that the transition would be easy. And
this is information that she has gotten from Tony Mathis. She goes on to speak about that. She talked to Tony right after he was on the E's panel, is her claim. But once again, there's no proof of any of this stuff. This is why it was negligent and reckless to even have this open-ended conversation about these supposed emails, because again, I will stand 10 toes down in saying that it doesn't paint any of them in a bad light. It looks like three parents trying to struggle and navigate a system that is hard to navigate and find resources for your child that is struggling. I'm sorry. I'm going to continue to say it. And for somebody that claims that they live in this world, for you to completely disregard the proof in the facts here and what you don't have for tangible proof is, again, reckless.
put Seth on a waiting list. So Seth, not wanting Sebastian to, struggle from being taken out of one school into another, said that it may just be a good idea if Sebastian stay until.
And because I'm working on getting my fines up, I'm going to play this clip again for the 18th time. Here you go.
Hindsight's 2020. He was supposed to come live with me last year,
Oh, okay.
but I gave my son another chance to straighten his behavior up and actually apply himself at school, which he is fully capable of. But and he's straightened up some, but he's still coming. He's already registered for school up here.
Oh, okay.
All right. So there's Seth's own words, just because this is hard. Facts are hard. Details are hard. That was March 20th. Seth's own words. We knew that he was supposed to come live with him previously. Seth says due to his behaviors, he gave him another year. Why ultimately, we don't know. It shouldn't be a pointing fingers situation, but it is.
Till the end of the school year. Chris and Katie then decide that they're going to send Sebastian to a boarding school. So what the email is when Seth found out.
Obviously, they didn't make the decision to send him to a boarding school because unfortunately Sebastian is missing. He didn't go to a boarding school. They ultimately made the decision for him to go live with Seth once again. I'm not sure how this is failing on people.
Chris and Katie were trying to send Sebastian to a boarding school. He was beside himself when he found out which boarding school it was, because the boarding school, basically, there's been a series of deaths allegedly surrounding that particular school. So,
and again, I went down that rabbit hole. I'm not all the way in it, but there has been some complaints about that school, but I have not found these linked deaths yet in my research. Will I get there? I don't know. And I will let you know if I do find that information.
Seth looked up resources for others. And that's leading.
Technically what Tony said, which she is disregarding once again, is that Seth reached out to an advocate who gave him a list of other schools.
Us to where we are now. Because none of us knew that Chris and Katie wanted to have Sebastian put in a home for a little while. So I'm going to play a clip from last night for those of you that are haven't heard it. And this is where Tony Mathis goes up on Mr. and Mrs. E's panel and shares the story. So we're going to listen to this, and then we're going to go on to listen to Stephen Crabtree explain Chris and Katie giving him the email access to the email and other things. All right, so here we go.
So I am actually going to skip forward here because we've all seen this. We've already seen the allegations that are made. I'm going to, because this is a 4-hour live stream, try to get through as much as I can and consolidate it. I'm going to skip to the 40-minute mark. Because if you haven't heard all this stuff, I've detailed it and gone over everything that was said previously, and other people have too, if you want to find it.
There every other weekend. Why did they let him stay there if his house?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to back that up just a little bit further.
That's Steph when he comes in the chat. If he's
I
willing to
don't-
ask.
Yeah, I personally, I mean,
I
here's
mean,
the thing.
they wanted Seth to get his house in order. Sounds like they needed to get their house in order. You know,
Well, didn't Seth just move there?
And the instant finger pointing starts. Sounds like they needed to get their house in order. Sounds like they were the problem.
What, 2 years ago? Who can confirm when Seth moved to Tennessee?
All right, Mohawk Mom, where you at? We need you.
We need you.
because the reason I'm saying that is if he stayed there every other weekend, why did they let him stay there if his house wasn't in order? That don't make any sense.
That's not what they were suggesting. That's not what was said. It was stated by Stephen Crabtree that there was a list of things that he had to get in order, like school situations around that, not the way that they're trying to spin all this is just beyond me. You can go listen to the exact things that were stated.
And even on the holidays, he was going over there too. now.
Right. So if his house wasn't in order, why were they letting him go over there before?
They were talking about the school situation, everything like that, having everything in place before he moved in, not his house per se.
I don't know. That made no sense to me when I heard that. That keyed into me like that makes no
Yeah.
sense.
You know what I think? I'm going to tell you what I think.
Tell us.
I don't think they gave a shit about Seth having his house in order. And this is just me being 100% honest based solely off the information that we have. Okay. I think Sebastian had to go and Chris wanted him gone now. And when Seth said he wasn't able to take him yet because of the school, Chris told Katie, in my humble opinion, I don't know where he's going, but he's not staying here. You got to find somewhere for him to go. Either he goes or I go.
And we have no indication that that was ever stated whatsoever. She's stating that this is her opinion on the situation based off of complete nonsense. We have no indication that that was ever said.
And I think that's where it's at. And they started looking, going on a fast track, trying to find somewhere for him to go live.
Mohawk answered 2021, she believes.
They're saying continue the video and you'll hear about the residents in a second.
Mm-hmm. I bet you Sebastian's teachers wouldn't agree with the OD. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yep, that's what I believe, Janine.
It's ridiculous. I bet his teachers wouldn't agree. His teachers actually know the child, unlike us strangers on the internet who have no idea what his behaviors were, what his baseline was. We have no indication, but you think it's ridiculous that he has a diagnosis that was confirmed by his mother? Okay, sure.
All right, y'all take a second, click that thumbs up.
You
if
guys are
don't
so
mind.
much smarter than everybody else.
All right, here we go, guys.
Good point. What is wrong with ODD? Nothing is wrong with ODD. It is a very difficult diagnosis with situations around it. They're still humans who shall be treated as such. Like, it doesn't matter. A diagnosis is a diagnosis. A human being is a human being. Everybody deserves the same respect, resources, and everything. But some of these diagnoses do explain baseline behaviors and situations and the difficulty it is to find resources for certain situations. But they are so on it, you know.
And he had tried to get signed up for the online program with Clarksville schools, and there was a waiting list, and he could not get approved. So he had a conversation with Chris and Katie and told them that he really thought that it would be smart for them to continue to let him finish out the school year and not move him to another physical school in the middle of the year. So that's what happened. He stayed in his, stayed at the school he was at for the remainder of 22 and part of 23. So fast forward to November, of 23. We know that there were more DCS reports filed in that month.
More? Did you
And
hear
we know
that?
that on or about the time those DCS reports were filed, Seth Rogers
Report.
received a call from Chris and Katie.
Report. There was
fast
more than
forward
one
to-
in November.
November list, and he could not get approved. So he had a conversation with Chris and Katie and told them that he really thought that it would be smart for them to continue to let him finish out the school year and not move him to another physical school in the middle of the year.
And that's all that needed to be said to explain the emails. Again, all of this email stuff started by Clue and Stephen Crabtree opened up Pandora's box of a bunch of people spinning everything every which way. They shouldn't have, in my opinion, ever brought it out to begin with, because it doesn't paint anybody in a negative fashion, in my opinion. And I will continue to state that. It shows how hard it is for people to navigate a backward system, a broken system as is. None of them are doing anything, but people have their own perception. And then it allowed for things like these. Again, there is no documented proof that is publicly available to prove that there is 5 CPS calls, let alone 7 CPS calls. We've heard people talk about this, that, and the other, but I work on proof, and there is no proof to back up these claims. And when they say that Tony wouldn't lie about such a thing, first and foremost, Tony has lied about things such as Sebastian having direct communication with Katie's mother, which was not true. Those were Tony's own words. So he has misrepresented and lied about things in the past, and I take great caution of anything that comes from this man. These were told to Seth by DCFS that he could not publicly release this, and they have used this as fodder ever since.
So that's what happened. He
Mr.
stayed in his, stayed at the school he was at for the remainder of 22 and part of 23. So fast forward to November.
And I'm going to fast forward once again, because again, it's a 4-hour stream and there's a lot to get through. So I'm going to bump through to the 53-minute mark. If you want to go watch the rest of her stream, feel free to.
Seth moved to Tennessee to ask him to take Sebastian.
Oh, hold on. Let's go.
Well, actually, that would be a year before Sebastian. So the December before Sebastian's 14th birthday is the way I'm understanding it. Right there around Sebastian's 14th birthday, they started asking for Seth to take Sebastian. Do you know what that sounds like to me?
What does it sound like to you? Bree, we're trying to seek resources for 4-year-olds. It's insanely hard, as you know. How have none of these people ever talked about how hard it is? I'm not sure, but I get shamed a lot for talking about the reality of situations that so many parents go through and so many families go through. Just wait for that. Thank you for the support, too.
They didn't wait very long until after Seth moved to Tennessee to ask him to take Sebastian. Like, almost immediately.
Was he asked or was he forced?
So it was planned.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand, Mohawk. They just moved into the house. Prior, the month after, here come the reports. Or the start of the reports.
Where's the proof? Where's the proof?
Yeah, I think so too, Trishy. There were some people in Josh's chat today saying, let me read what Trishy said. Much respect for Tony. And I said, I think so too. There were people in Josh's chat today that were not happy about Tony speaking out. But the way that I see it is, if Seth wants Tony to speak on something, that's his right.
Mm-hmm.
That is his right. Absolutely. But again, you're going to be asked for proof, because we know that these cannot be legally spoke about. So therefore, there is no proof. And a lot of us work on proof, not just random hearsay.
Kimmy Lou says, wait, I heard someone today say that the 5th one was because he is missing. But didn't the 5th one occur? Yeah, no, that's not true. That 5th one happened in January. And
how do you know that? Where's the proof of this? Have you seen the reports? Because we know that CPS, DCFS, opened a report when Sebastian went missing. It has been spoke on that was the open report. So we know that there's an open report because Sebastian is missing. Why are you saying no, that's not true? Is there a secondary one that you're claiming or alluding to being open?
unfortunately, because it's an open case, Seth can't get any information about it because it's still an ongoing case.
Brittany, that was the one that Josh questioned him on, remember? And it was about him missing. That's the open case that CP said was open. That's the only open case.
Right, the one that happened in January.
Yep, that's the one.
And that is what Chris claimed on Smiley's panel when Josh questioned him, was the open case, was the one that he went missing. Again, it's hearsay. There's no proof of this. I don't know. Are they trying to allude to there's a secondary open one? Because again, I take you back to this. Let me go here. Hold on, it's thinking. Thinking. Is it going to stall me out? Probably. Anyways, in this article here, you can go through, if it's from News Nation, you can go read the article. It states right here. This was Seth and Heather Cohen. We watched this yesterday if you want to see it. I don't even have to go into it. They talk about there's no evidence of foul play, how it goes on. Let me find the exact wording here. Give me 1 second. She said that things were leading up to that call. She's speaking of the CPS call. So it goes on. Cohen also said she knows there was a Tennessee Department of Children's Services referral to the Proudfoot home. That call was likely determined to be unfounded because the case was closed and that file is restricted at this time, she said. I know Seth has tried to find out more about that call and he has been unsuccessful in doing so. So again, that was Heather Cohen, who was working on behalf of Seth Rogers at the time, speaking about a call that was likely unfounded and closed.
That's co-parenting. Maybe he needed his dad. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But I'm going to discuss it a little when I go over this live of nonsenses because I don't know how y'all can look past 5 CPS reports.
How we can look past it is the fact that there's no proof of said 5 CPS reports that are all indicative and make allegations against Chris Proudfoot. Some of us work on the facts, and the facts are there is no proof of these 5 CPS reports that target or make allegations against Chris.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Nonsense is taking this as this makes them all look great. This shows that all 3 parents were working consecutively together to help Sebastian.
And how am I not supposed to take this as typical co-parenting, trying to find resources for your son? All 3 of them were active participants. How are we supposed to see this as negative?
You're just going to absolutely leave out the fact that there's 5 CPS calls. 5 CPS calls in the matter of a year and a half.
Again, the 5 CPS calls have nothing to do with the email. That's fact.
You know what kills me? Okay.
What?
Is that there are families out there who will get a bogus call from somebody that don't like them, a CPS
Right.
call,
Yep.
and they'll come and take the children away, even if there's no evidence of any type of violence at all. Or they could have a fridge full of food. The house could be nice and clean. They'll just take the kid away. But then they'll leave the kid in another situation where it's unsafe for the child to be there.
Yep. It's understaffed and
And again, we have no indication that it was unsafe for Sebastian to be there.
overworked. There's a lot of, yeah.
I want to answer 77. The first open case was October 22. And then Tony come around and said November there were reports. So there has to be at least 2 in November. And then there's another one, obviously, and then January.
So you started off this stream saying that there was 7. And now you're saying, well, supposedly, so there has to be. But you, once again, are not leading with facts. You cannot adequately state dates, what the narrative is, anything, because we are not entitled to that information about a minor child.
But the issue is 5 at the same house.
Yep.
And I can't believe people were condoning abuse against Sebastian. a child, an autistic.
People are condoning abuse against Sebastian. Again, a lot of people have a problem with the one-time pop on the butt with a belt. That is your opinion to have, however you feel about it. Does that escalate to the point of abuse? That is your own decision. Obviously, it didn't escalate to that with DCFS because he was not removed from the home and no charges were filed. That's what I base my facts off of. My own personal opinion doesn't matter in this situation.
Child at that.
I'm just not a fan of people that.
And I also remind you of going back to Seth's own words. Seth has spoke about how Sebastian, when he would ask him how things were going, he did not complain to Seth. He did not tell Seth of this supposed abuse. Seth only found out about these allegations after Sebastian went missing, not from Sebastian, but from others around the situation and what they've pieced together. These were not reported to Seth by Sebastian.
Support somebody like Edgar.
Yep. I get it.
It makes me sick. It really makes me
I
sick.
get it. Give me 1 second, guys. This is so bad. You know how I find nonsense? This is so bad. Good Lord, nonsense. I can't find her channel just by typing in nonsense. Her channel doesn't come up.
Okay.
I type in nonsense AWBJ and it pops right up. Ain't that some shit?
Yay. Do you want a fucking gold star?
Esther's like Edgar and Quasimodo.
Yeah.
So yeah.
When you type in a creator's name with another, that tells you all you need to know. You type
Because I tag you in titles of videos because I'm not a chicken shit.
in nonsense with allegedly Brittany J and her channel comes up.
You can type it in with Bullhorn Betty. You can type it in with hundreds of other people that I've talked about. Okay, and do you want a fucking gold star?
Here's your sign that you maybe talk about me a little too much nonsense with my name.
Oh, really? Really? Is that the case? Because I think it's been like almost 2 weeks that I've actually done a stream on you, but you're welcome.
With yours brings your channel up. Jeez.
Don't flatter yourself, honey.
All right, here, let's keep going. Sharon Parker, hey, good to see you. Sharon Parker says, why wasn't Seth allowed papers on the 5th case? Because it's an ongoing case. I don't know. Being that he's the dad, he should still be able to get the papers, but I don't know.
And we don't know if he was reached out to, contacted. We don't know his involvement and any notifications. He claims that he wasn't notified, but we don't know. We have no idea.
According to Tony, because it's an ongoing case, they are not. All right, let's keep going.
So you look at, I want to say October.
You know what else you could probably type in and would bring it right back up? An asshole with a big mouth that stand 10 toes down on what she says. There you go. Probably poof, there I am.
Of 22. Now these dates are rough. They're within a month or so of being accurate. And in October of 22, they had tried to get Seth to take Sebastian in. This is not something a lot of people know. Well,
I've not heard this.
what they're talking about when they say that things could not get in order for him to get Sebastian, it had nothing to do with his home. It had to do with the fact that they wanted him to take Sebastian in the fall of 22. And he had tried to get signed up for the online program with Clarksville schools. And there was a waiting list and he could not get approved. So he had a conversation with
There
Chris
you
and
go.
Katie and told them that he really thought that it would be smart for them to continue to let him finish out the school year and not move him to another physical school in the middle of the year.
That's
So
why
that's,
he
that's
didn't
what
get.
happened. He stayed in his, stayed at the school he was at for the remainder of 22 and part of 23.
And again, obviously, they were co-parenting together and making these decisions. Shocker. Okay, but
So
the pointing fingers does nobody any good here. The pointing fingers of who did what was going on. Parents navigating a broken system. Okay.
fast forward to November of 23. We know that there were more DCS reports filed in that month.
Frustrated, I love you too.
And we know that on or about the time those DCS reports were filed, Seth Rogers received a call from Chris and Katie that they wanted to put Sebastian in a
And thank you for being a member for so long and such a great friend.
behavioral center. Basically, you could call it a boys' home. I don't like to call it that. I like to call it a behavioral center. They were having problems with Sebastian at home. They were having problems with Sebastian at school. They were kind of at their wits' end with him. According to Seth, they did not have a lot of patience with him, which is why they had a lot of problems that Seth did not have when he was with Seth.
But how do you know this? Because again, if we listen to Seth's own words, he says that Sebastian never told him this. He didn't have any indication of any of these problems. That's why he claims he didn't step in and do anything, because there was no indication that there was any of these problems going on. He has spoke about this numerous times, Bullhorn Betty's, the lab, Pascal. There is so many times where he has spoke on, he didn't know that there was any problem. Sebastian did not tell him this. He found out all of these alleged issues after Sebastian went missing. Seth's own words. Again, this pointing fingers BS, all because Clue and Crabtree came out with these emails and dropped it as fodder, which don't paint any of them in a bad light. I don't know what the intent was because they all skirted around the bush about it. It is what it is.
So Seth asked Chris.
But they surely took the opportunity to say, well, you want to talk about emails that we were all going back and forth with? Let's just talk about 5 supposed CPS reports. Let's just throw that out there. Come on, people.
Katie to send him the name of the organization that they were trying to send him to. They sent him the name. The name of that organization was Bledsoe Youth Academy in Gallatin, Tennessee. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that place.
I don't think I've heard of that.
So that was in November of 23. Seth does research on that specific center. And according to Seth, there had been 5 or 6 childhood deaths associated with that facility.
Oh, wow.
So when he found that out, he reached out to Chris and Katie again by phone, let them know that under no circumstances was his son going to that facility. And
So again, it shows communication between the 3 of them. He was like, nope, I don't want my son going there. And then he made contact with somebody else who gave him a list of resources and he forwarded that on. Again,
gave them the reason. So they in turn told Seth that if he could find another behavioral facility that he liked better or that he thought was a safer place for Sebastian, they would allow, they would consider that.
They would allow or consider that. Doesn't that sound like 3 parents working together to find resources to best suit their son? Potentially disagreeing about what center or facility was best suited for him, but working together to find resources. Am I wrong here? Please tell me if I am. Because to me, it sounds like 3 parents having communication about trying to find resources and going back and forth with, well, I don't like that one. Let's look into other ones. Okay, you look into other ones. If you don't like this one.
So he tells them, according to Seth, his son will not be going to no such facility. This facility is shrouded in death, basically. And instead of like talking and working something out,
Trixie's, I agree with you, but Sebastian was lost before Sebastian went missing. I'm going to say that again. Sebastian was lost before Sebastian went missing. And Sebastian has been considerably even more lost since he went missing. I agree with you.
they're determined. We'll find another one. We'll work with you if you find another one. But they're determined that he's
Sounds like they're so determined, right? So determined that they say, hey, you look into other ones, find something that you feel better suited. It doesn't sound to me like they just said, well, nope, screw you and your opinions. We're doing what we want. You have no say in this. That doesn't sound like what's happened.
I don't understand how this, I'm sorry, each to their own, and I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I don't understand how you could just send your kid away. Now, I do have.
Haha. So, for those of you that continue to say, I don't know how you could just send your kid away, I hope you never have to be in the shoes of a lot of these families, that this is the reality. Whether it's for safety reasons, whether it's for the best interest of the child because behaviors are excessive, whatever the situation may be. I hope you are never in the shoes of these families that have to make these decisions, because it is something that is extremely hard and unfortunately the reality. So while you sit there and have the ability to say, I could never do that, that's not the reality for a lot of families, and they need assistance and help, and they should not be shamed, and it should not be looked down upon, that people need help.
To be like, I do have to mind my P's and Q's and get it right and say that to be fair, according to Tony, when I talked to him last night, they're only sending Sebastian away for a couple of months. What it sounds like to me was they were looking for a place to send him until Seth was able to get him. So it would be least time that he's in that house.
So again, you're according to what Seth or Tony told Seth, which Tony told you, you are acknowledging that there was communication between the three, that it would be a short-term behavioral program that they were all communicating about, and then Seth would eventually have Sebastian come live with him. That all three of them were in communication. How is this failing to connect for you?
I mean,
I think it was the CPS cases. Chris said he's got to go.
Yeah.
This is
Me
my
or him.
house. This is my house. He's not making me. How did he put that? What was his words? He's not going to get me kicked out of my house.
yeah. All right, let's finish this.
And I'll once again remind you, go back to Betty's interview with Seth on May 30th, where he talks about how Sebastian was exaggerating things and he himself had CPS interaction in California because Sebastian reported that his dad said he was going or beat his ass. And Seth took the opportunity to show him a video game on blood mode and show him what a proper beating was. And then they go into talking about how he was exaggerating things. Is that true? I have no idea, but these are their words. May 30th, Bullhorn Betty, her exclusive interview with Seth Rogers.
So we can go to hear what Proud Crab has to say.
So the infamous email that people are talking about was simply a forwarded email. I have a copy of it, and I will send it to you guys off the air.
Okay, great, thank you.
He reached out to a lady that was a behavioral specialist, and she recommended 4 different centers. And the 4 centers were, one was in Missouri, one was in Utah, one was in Wyoming, and then the 4th one was within another state. I can't remember what state it was in.
Okay.
So when Seth got that email, the email described in great detail each facility, what they treated, what they specialized in, a little bit about the facility, and it was basically a synopsis of all 4 facilities. So
Yes, Lisa, he actually confirmed that he was between the ages of 5 and 6 during that situation. Yes.
Seth on December 1st simply forwarded that email to Chris and Katie. Again, I have a copy of the forwarding email. So they did some research, figured out that those facilities were between $5,000 and $10,000 a month. They decided it wasn't in the cards for the blended family together to be able to pay for that. So that's when
They decided it wasn't in the cards for the blended family together. Do we understand what the blended family together means here? That there was conversations between the blended family, meaning all of them is likely. That's what a blended family is, that they couldn't financially afford that.
they went back to, well, when this school year's over, he's coming to live with you, which would have been in May, which of course Seth said, fantastic.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to Clarksville and I'm going to find out if he is ready to be approved for that online school. Well, in a matter of a week, Seth found out that Sebastian's name had come up, which would have been the first, second week of December, and that Sebastian had been approved for the online school. Basically, his turn in line had come up. So everything was, was situated there. They quit talking about the behavioral centers or what have you, and just accepted the fact that in May he was going to live with his dad. And it would
So they just accepted the fact that in May he was going to live with his dad.
be his dad that would be dealing with him and any issues he may or may not have. So fast forward to the end of January of 24, there was another DCS report that was filed. We do not have the details of that report because that report was ongoing when Sebastian went missing.
So even Seth has never read this one.
Correct.
So again, I remind you, go back to the interview that Seth Rogers and Heather Cohen did. That call was likely determined to be unfounded because the case was closed and that file is restricted at this time, she said. I know Seth has tried to find out more about that call and he has been unsuccessful in doing so. We do know for a fact that when Sebastian went missing, an open case was, or a case was opened. And it is ongoing because he is still missing. That is what we know. That is it. We have no proof of any of these other supposed reports, calls, how many times, what they included, any of that stuff, because it's the protection and dignity of a minor child.
Tony, there's a few questions in chat about this. And if I remember correctly, Seth had to go to an attorney to get these reports in the first place, correct?
The report, yes, all of the reports that I mentioned previously that were not currently open, he had to go to an attorney to get those reports.
Can I just clarify? So that one that happened in January that Seth has not been able to read, is that is the 5th CPS report that we know of?
Correct.
Okay. Wow.
It's
Now,
insane.
I'm a math guy, but I don't think you have to be a mathematician for this to add up. And I'm certainly not going to come on your show and start getting into accusing anybody, but
No.
get to the point where there's enough DCS reports and it's been made very clear that they don't want to deal with this child. And on February 25th, early February 26th, the boy goes missing.
It's very clear that they don't want to deal with this child. Meanwhile, they were all three in communication about what was best suited for Sebastian. How do we go from that to that? Okay. And somehow she bumps herself off of it and restarts it.
From a couple of
Ooh.
It always goes back to that lawyer. All right, so everybody pretty much got that.
She doesn't even realize what just happened here.
So there was some doesn't sound like a very happy home leading up to Sebastian's disappearance. Okay, to say the least, right? All right, so let's now. Anybody got any questions or?
I'm still lost. I'm
Okay.
it takes me.
Catherine, because I can. Any other questions?
They didn't treat it like a
No.
crime scene.
No.
I'm skipping forward because now we get into the weeds. Here we go.
To do a better job in treating things.
Now, this is going to be a stream inception. So she is using my content to review Stephen Crabtree, and I'm reviewing that. So here we go.
It's like a crime scene until they can cross their T's and dot their I's.
I agree with that.
Smiles, can you tell I'm just over some of these stupid people that talk all the shit in other chats and then come in here and ask me stupid questions? Yeah, I'm kind of over it.
I'm with you on
That's
your
my
side.
opinion.
I agree with that. And we need to have these desperately need to have these runaway laws changed
Mhm.
because they're
Yep.
not helping anybody.
That's just my opinion. You know, some people could disagree with me, and it's fine. And I understand.
There's a standard protocol that law enforcement follows.
I respect it. You know,
Laws need to be changed to protect victims and their families.
but
I
they
agree,
should have.
Eddie.
They should have. They should have treated it like a crime scene until it was cleared.
Yeah, because if it was a crime, then they lost precious time of figuring out where he what could have happened to him.
How do these people ignore the dispatch audio, the response? How are we ignoring the hefty, amazing response by law enforcement? And again, when law enforcement comes on the scene of a missing child, they're not expecting the ultimate worst. They go into action to find the child. They're not expecting a child to still be missing 9 months later. That is not the typical, but there's protocol that they follow. They've talked about that.
Because when Seth said that they had all the dogs out there and the drones out there, and they searched a 5-mile radius. Okay, if anybody here, put it one in chat if you've walked 5 miles. Okay, I have walked 5 miles, and it's not a 30-minute walk up the road.
No shit.
I have
I have
days.
walked 5 miles, and it takes a couple of hours.
It took them days to search that radius. Oh my God. They also used fixed wing airplanes, drones, horseback, ATV, people on foot. Like, what are.
And if he's not good at directions, he would have been found within that 5-mile radius. In my opinion.
I agree with that.
He wouldn't have got very far barefooted either.
No, not at that cold.
Nope.
We don't know if he was truly barefoot or not. Again, they say that they think his shoes were left behind, but there's a lot of other possibilities.
Nope. Barefoot, no jacket, no phone, no shoes,
The flashlight supposedly didn't work either.
a broke keychain flashlight. Come on, guys. A broke keychain flashlight. Bruh. Come on. Can I also remind you guys? I think this is even more.
God.
This is becoming even more relevant at this point. Let's not forget 7 days. On the 7th day that Sebastian was missing, law enforcement scaled back the search on the 5-mile radius.
Anybody want to correct that for me in the chat?
The Proudfoots gave their very first interview. Law enforcement scaled
Day number 8.
the search back. What was it? They scaled the search.
They went to the landfill.
Oh yeah, I don't. It was a different day they went to the landfill though. I'll have to look to see what that one is. But for day 7 to scale back, to call down the 5-mile radius search is a big deal. Yes, and that's also something else I want to mention. I heard it from another creator today. Mohawk Mom coming in with the facts. Landfill was day 10.
Mohawk Mom's a peach. I've got something to say to her coming up.
Law enforcement don't send a group of their men to a landfill where they put their men at risk for multiple diseases, put them at risk of being pricked. They don't do that.
They're volunteers, but they're trained.
No, obviously they had reason to go search that because a child was missing. We don't know what they were looking for or what led them to search the landfill. That's why there's an ongoing investigation.
And they have to wear suits.
Oh my God.
And these people weren't wearing.
It shows and is indicative of how extensive they turned over every single possibility in the initial search and left no stone unturned looking for Sebastian or clues to find Sebastian.
Wearing suits, were they?
No, not that I know of. But they don't go to the landfill, send all of their men, go through that many resources, all because a trash guy said that the trash can was heavier. There had to have been way more probable cause than that, you guys. I promise. Because today somebody said they went to the
It was trash day. Law enforcement told the parents that they saw trash. Like, come on.
landfill because the trash man said that the trash was heavier.
I swear to God, she's been covering this from almost the beginning too, and we are still not able to connect on facts.
You got to have way more than that. Not just the trash can's heavy.
Chasing, you might be right on the landfill search day.
They're going to have some probable cause for that.
I would have to look at my calendar.
Yeah, that was weird too. Not hazmat suits, but some were in actual suits. It was weird. It's really weird. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's get started. Now, I'm going to be fair here. Because this is fair use and we do what's right regardless of who it is. This is Nonsense Channel, okay? Can't believe I'm saying this, but
oh my God.
We are going over Crabtree. I keep wanting to say Chris Crabtree. We are going over Stephen Crabtree's stream from yesterday.
Lisa, I'm not sure what he was advised by his legal counsel and what DCFS told him specifically. But I don't know if they're allowed to share any of that truly.
All right. Hang on, guys.
Sorry, she's just taking a quick siesta.
Is this triggering?
You know what? Let's just say it.
Is this triggering?
Guys, this is Nonsense Channel. We are trigger warning. We are going to go over nonsense.
Trigger warning. Nonsense is an evil, vile bitch. Oh my God. And she hurts feelings, but I don't think she'll strike me because she's really not that evil. But I'm worried about this other guy striking me and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm going to use nonsense because she knows what the fuck she's talking about. So buckle up. She's a evil bitch.
Live where she covered Stephen Crabtree's stream because I think Crabtree will strike me. I have a
chicken shit pansy ass. You're worried about that motherfucker striking you, so you're going to use my content, which I don't give a shit. Don't care. But what a chicken shit. You're worried about him? Just say it, Brittany. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, so you rely on me to do the content. You're welcome.
Better chance with nonsense not striking me. I cannot believe I'm saying this, though. They're dropping her link for fair use.
All right. You don't even have to do that. I could give two shits less if you drop my link. People know exactly who
here we go.
I am.
And this is going to be weird because I'm going to commentate over nonsense and I'm going to commentate over Stephen Crabtree, if that makes sense. Because I can't not. I have something to say to both of them. All right. Oh, and for anybody who don't know who Stephen Crabtree is, ironically, Stephen Crabtree's mother is best friends with
I do come with a warning sign. I need to have it tattooed across my fucking forehead. Right across my forehead. Warning. May combust at any time around stupid people.
CJ, that was cute.
Conflict of interest, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I'm brave, Wanda. Well, let me tell you something. She wants to strike me. She's used so much of my content, and plus I'm using fair use.
Ask around. Ask if I've struck anybody ever. Ask around. You already know the answer to that. I've never struck a single person. Carry on, you chicken shit.
100%. And I've also shared her link, which I don't even know that she's ever done that for me. Probably not. The DA.
I have once in a description or something like that, but that's it. Yeah, no. I try not to promote ignorance, but I tag you in the title of every video or review. So there you go.
I said, duh. Hey, John Q, how are you? The DA was there when they showed KP and Seth.
I'm going to tattle on myself for a minute. I was talking to one of my mods. My mod messaged me and said, just a heads up, this is what's about to go on. She's about to use your content because she's too chicken shit to use Stephen Crabtree's. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, so she's going to use yours. And I said, should I pull up Brittany and take my videos down for a minute? So I privated them for 2 minutes, and then I tuned in and I was like, no, hell no. I want them to have the fucking facts. I want her to play me. I put those bitches right back up on public, and I was like, have at it, because at least they'll learn something if they're listening to me, and their audience will talk all the shit, but I could care less. But I did private them for like 2 minutes, and then I was like, hell no, play that shit. At least they'll get some fucking common sense, but they still don't get it.
The video. DA was also at the landfill, Justin said. That's
It was funny for like 2 minutes. We and my mod were laughing. We were having a great time, but then I was like, no, I want them to listen to this shit. Put them right back up. 2 people commented and they were like, I was watching this. Where did it go? And I'm like, sorry.
bizarre right there. Yeah, I don't think so either yet. That's why I'm using her video and not going over to
Are you going to put music on behind it?
Oh my God, are you going to put music on behind
no.
Oh my God, what is wrong with people?
Oh, Cassie Roku. She did say the DA was there when they showed KP and Seth the video.
Oh, Mohawk Mom. Let me just talk about Mohawk Mom before I forget to talk about this right quick, because at the end of this I do pop in and I will go over that part of it. But oh shit. I just got another message. Mohawk Mom and Brittany, I'm sure you're here. You're not blocked, so don't ever tell me I'm lying about shit. You don't like it when people speak on your kids. You cry and cry and cry. I popped out of the bushes because I was alerted to your chat going sideways about me. And the one comment that I actually had a problem with was your mod, Mohawk Mom. Sorry, but where is her child when she streams all the time in her bedroom with her husband there with her? First and foremost, you fucking raggedy ass bitch. My children are none of your concern. My children are taken care of. They have a caregiver if I'm out here on live, or they're at school, or they're well taken care of, and they're not in the vicinity of hearing this adult bullshit unless I walk through and I mute, or I'm doing something else and I allow them to hear what I'm talking about. So before you put my name in your fucking mouth, don't be concerned about what goes on in my house, because trust and believe, I know exactly where my kids are and what is going on at all times. But thanks for your concern, you raggedy fucking old bitch. And secondly, momming it up. Keep your fucking energy. Keep your energy up, because you're going to need it, because I'm going to review you too. You've been on the list of misinformation cronies, and you're flip-flopping all over the place trying to get from side to side, and talking about blackmail of Seth Rogers is gross. Secondly, Canadian Nana, and I'll show you guys these at the end. Canadian Nana says, we all know Nonsense had a shitty childhood. You know that, huh? You lived in the same house as me, with me? You know that? These are comments allowed in Brittany's chat. Let me be very clear. Brittany didn't say these comments. These are comments by her mod in her chat that were allowed in there. And then I was told that I was fucking out of control because they weren't saying anything like that. How fucking dare I have a problem with people talking about shit like that? Canadian Nana goes on to say, we all know Nonsense had a shitty childhood. Do you really? Do you really? You know all about my life, huh? Is she still having a shitty adulthood? Seems so. Why does she enjoy hurting people? She doesn't know. Tell me about my shitty childhood, Canadian Nana, because guaranteed you couldn't fucking handle the shoes that I've walked through. So you can go sit and spin, you weird bitch. And X in her comments, the name is just X. And trust and believe, there's proof of all this. And then I got timed out. X says, let me find that one. Nonsense. You need to lay off the testosterone. Oh, but I was told that wasn't said either. How fucking weird am I? Because these comments didn't exist. I hope you all have the day you deserve. But while you consider and are so worried about my life, just know I'm the one living it. And you miserable bitches have your own misery. to sit in. I'll sit in mine with a smile on my face. Mike, thank you for the support. Let's carry on. We'll get to that at the end. Because as you guys know, I have no qualms showing with my full fucking chest exactly what I said and did.
No, DA was also at the landfill, Justin said. Yes, thank you, Cassie, for the super chat. All right, let's go. Let's get started.
And for anybody concerned about my shitty childhood, a part of my childhood was very shitty. But I haven't even shared 99% of it. A part of my childhood was amazing. I grew up on a dairy farm. I have parents. I have siblings. I have a ton of cousins. I have a huge family. I have childhood experiences just like everybody else, that we have struggles and trauma from our past. That is my trauma. And I'm very open about pieces of it, such as faith manipulation, which you guys do at the end of this, which is extremely disgusting. But when you find comfort in your own demons, we can talk, because I'm comfortable living with mine. Are you? Seems to not be, because you're really intimidated by people like me. Oh, Mike. Yeah, they do. Okay, so this is from Stephen Crabtree. We're going to start about the 35-minute mark in.
I just have to remember, I think in Sebastian's case, though, it's just, if he's outdoorsy, he loves nature. I think Truth said something that actually caught me a little bit, too. Man, he could have walked the path over there to Pond several times. He liked being outside. If his mom didn't want home that day, guess what he did? Maybe he walked over there several times. It's something he liked to do. I thought that was a...
So she's got him sped up. I'm going to actually kick it forward a little bit because we don't need to. I'll bump this back because she does have me sped up.
Keep going. It's going to get a little confusing.
It really does not get confusing at all. Anybody that follows me knows exactly what I say and what I say.
We come on last
When I
night.
say it.
So while we were, I'll tell you this, and this is just verbatim out. It was told that this was information, okay, talk about, because
It was told that this was information to talk about.
it was information that we were trying to figure out and understand.
Okay.
Information that they were trying to figure out and understand.
Illuminati and Crabtree. I don't watch Crabtree either, Catherine, but we are for this one because apparently him and Clue are the...
You don't watch. How did you know that he was the source? Because you watch me and I fucking walked it back for you. You're welcome.
chosen two of the Proudfoots. Lord.
So they were supposed to put this information out, meaning the PFs directed them to do such a thing, in my opinion. Allegedly.
The way I heard it, they were told it was okay to put this out.
Really now? Why now?
That's his words.
All right. Let's keep going. It's going to get a little confusing. I don't understand how... I'm going to just say this. To be in the know, like Steven, I don't know how he's so clueless. And I mean, no offense, but it's the truth.
That's why I reviewed it.
We were reenacting and redoing all the lights and everything that's been going on with the flashlight video per se, whatever, with the trash trucks. And
I don't understand how the lights has anything to do with these emails, but consider me stupid per usual.
And when we went to go over there, Chris and Katie and them they have helped in helping with trying to figure out this light situation. The conversation was brought up, and then it was
never say never. She can't ever say I didn't give her something. She's got a stream to look smart about. She can agree with me on things and look smart.
Showed to us the email that Seth was communicating with them back and forth on about the schools. And I think
so it was shown to them by Chris and Katie.
All right, there you go.
There's no discrepancy here. He's not. Stay calm, carry on. He's not, if you're asking me. He's been a source of misinformation. So he started out on Seth's team alongside Tony, pushed off misinformation that supposedly came directly from Sumner County, had to eat crow, apologize for that. He has done quite a few things, in my opinion, that are, you're welcome. That's basically going to be what I'm going to say. You're welcome. Content driven versus factual driven. He's not a credible source, in my opinion, or a knowledgeable source, but he's a local and has direct access to them is about all I can tell you.
Well, this is like the one in wow.
That's
well,
it.
I'll
Yeah,
be
delicate
damned.
titanium.
I'll be damned. This is like the one time I agree with her. That was a pretty good assessment. Nonsense.
You didn't even fucking know half of what I said right there. And did you miss the part that he was a part of Seth and Tony's team passing off misinformation right alongside them? Right alongside Tony? Him and Tony were in cahoots at one time. Did you forget about that? Yeah, it was an accurate assessment, but you might not have heard what I actually said there.
I
have to
agree with you.
look at that.
Yeah. Wow. Pretty much couldn't have said it better myself. Glad we
I couldn't even said that. Let's be honest here, Brittany, for a moment, because you didn't even know half the shit that I just spewed out of my mouth. Or can you walk it back? Or do you have proof of these things, which I do? I have proof of Stephen Crabtree and Tony on TikTok spreading misinformation while they were in alignment together. And then them eating crow. Do you know any of that stuff? Probably because you heard the rest of us talk about it. But you wouldn't have a fucking clue.
understand. All right, let's keep going.
Jesus and criminy.
Same. We were all left sitting there like, what the hell did we just hear? Like, is it?
I don't know why
Right. I don't
anybody
agree
like
that.
this is so like shocking to people. Okay, we knew right off the jump. If let's just take this back and like put some logic back into this. People are acting and he's acting like it's so shocking that they were having communication about finding resources. We were told by all three of them that he was having some difficulties and some behaviors. Seth said, and I'm going to pull that up and show you. Seth said, let me just do it right now. Hold on. Let's just go here. This is from the lab on March 20th, 2024. Here you go.
I mean, so this was just a mutually agreed thing, and he was aware that it was happening. I mean, did he talk about it a lot?
Did you hear the lab say this was a mutually agreed thing? We knew that they were communicating, Seth, Chris, and Katie. Was it true? I would love that if you do. Yes, I would gratefully. Yes, please and thank you. If you have them available to share, absolutely. That they were working together to find options for Sebastian.
Oh
We knew
God.
that. We've known that all along. So why these
No.
videos are so salacious and stunning to anybody is beyond me.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a heads up and a warning. I'm gonna say this multiple times tonight, okay?
No. She's already has a problem with stuff I said. Love it.
Nonsense. It's not the fact.
No chasing. I got no. That's unethical HOA practices. Sorry, I got to point it out. But you don't get to double fine me. I got fined for that yesterday. Do not double fine me for that. This was yesterday's stream just because she's replaying it and I'm replaying it now. That is double jeopardy and that is unethical practices. Keep that shit out of here or I'm coming for you. I'm just joking.
I don't think anybody's stuck on the fact that they were working together.
I already got fined for that once.
None of us are stuck. Oh, yes. Liza, you know how these people are. It's all
Chasing's like Becky's fines got completely wiped, so we got to get them back up there.
about the numbers. They're not true crime, but they get in on the true crime action when there's views to be had.
When there's misinformation to correct, which is a nonstop out here. Okay, yeah, sure. We get in on the views when the views to be had. Meanwhile, you're using. Never mind. Let it go.
I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyway, it's none of us are shocked that there were.
Aren't you glad that I reviewed this so you could review it because you're too chicken shit to review him on your own? I mean, there's that.
Working together. I don't even know how anybody can really say that this is working together. Did you guys not hear the context? What they said was Chris and Katie told Seth that they're shipping Sebastian off.
That's what they told him, huh? How did she get that? Anybody enlighten me how she got that they told Seth that they were shipping him off and he didn't have any say in that? How did she get that out of the conversation that even Tony said? Tony even said that because of the custody agreement, they were still being gracious and letting him have say. Like, what are we doing here, Brittany? Hold on, she'll be
And
back.
Seth got involved because he wanted to make sure what they were doing was good for Sebastian.
Right. Meaning that he had a say in what was
Right.
going on.
But this isn't working together. This isn't
working together. This isn't three parents trying to struggle through a broken system. Okay, then what is it?
Hey, we're shipping Sebastian off, whether you like it or not. And Seth is really like not giving much of a choice here. It's not a very noble
Bully, isn't that interesting?
thing, nonsense at all.
It's not a very noble thing that three parents are trying to navigate a broken system. Okay, then what is it, Brittany? Tell us about it.
Oh, really?
I I don't know where the logic went.
A lot with you.
Well, you know how Chris
I
said,
know
you
both of
know,
them.
shoulda, woulda, coulda. Hindsight's 2020. He was supposed to come live with me last year,
Oh, okay.
but I gave my son another chance to straighten his behavior up and actually apply himself at school, which he is fully capable of.
He gave him another chance to straighten his behavior up. Again, why are these emails? Mickey, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Korean.
Shocking. But and he's straightened up some, but he's still coming. He's already registered for school up here.
Oh, okay.
You know, I want him here. He wants to be here. You know, it's
Could that have any? I mean, could this have any bearing on him going missing? I mean, is it possible that he wanted to be with you, so he ran away and got lost, possibly?
see.
Or could he have overheard the discussions about being put in a facility and decided, nah, I'm done with all you adults. I'm checking out. That's more likely, in my opinion.
Nonsense. Once again, if Sebastian walked out, why was he not picked up on the cameras?
I don't know, because somehow you avoided the cameras because it was dark in the areas and the cameras were pointed other directions. I mean, many adults have said that it's extremely dark in the area. I haven't been there to find a route myself, so I can't answer that for you, but you should be able to find the facts from individuals that have actually been in the area, that numerous people have said that it's possible to avoid all the cameras and being detected. But okay.
It was cold. He had no shoes, no jacket, no phone. They have used thermal heat. They have used drones.
That's called a fixed wing airplane, was brought in within hours. What they couldn't see with a fixed wing airplane, they sent in drones. What they couldn't get to with a drone, they sent in people on horseback. They also had ATVs in the area. They did an extensive search of a 5-mile radius over days. They actually hosted another search. EquiSearch was brought in. They researched and recanvassed the area. They were extensively thorough with their search. That is how they picked up the mannequin, was thermal imaging. I mean, come on now. You're not telling me anything we don't know, but try to land this plane.
Dogs, no scent of Sebastian.
There was a scent detected. We don't know if it was Sebastian's scent or what. Unfortunately, the scent didn't lead to anything, but there was a scent that led to the retention pond. Again, it's unconfirmed if it was Sebastian's, but there is a scent, and she continues to avoid that. Max, the canine dog, jumped right into the pond. Again, we don't know whose scent it necessarily was because it was inconclusive. It didn't lead to anybody.
Nonsense. Out of 14 dogs,
wasn't there only 12 dogs?
14 different dogs. Not one of them, according to law enforcement, not me, nonsense, law enforcement. Not one of them ever picked up a trail that was Sebastian's.
That is not actually what law enforcement said. Law enforcement said that there was a scent, but unfortunately it is unconfirmed of whose scent it was, and it didn't lead to Sebastian. So again, there's that.
So where did he go? And how did he hide his—
And yes, other dogs, according to what we heard with the conversation between Narc Divers and Chris Proudfoot, other dogs did pick up scent trails and follow the same ones. But again, they didn't lead to Sebastian. So there is that. She said 14. Last I knew was 12.
His trail. His scent. Come on, man.
And if he decided to run away, it would have had to been like immediate for him not to take his shoes, not to take his phone, not to take a backpack with stuff in it. If he ran away, he would have planned it.
And who's to say he didn't?
I don't know. There's just so many, in my opinion, there's so much flawed with that idea.
He didn't wear a coat.
Nothing.
That's not that's not someone that runs away because he doesn't want to be in a home.
And a keychain flashlight that didn't work. Hey, Harley Ryder. Hey, everybody coming in. Can you guys take a second and click that thumbs up if you don't mind?
How do you know that the keychain flashlight didn't work?
All right, let's keep going.
But hey, we don't know what we don't know, right? They did, NJ Robin. They did say that there was a scent and the dog followed it. It was not like confirmed to be Sebastian because it didn't lead to something. She'll be back in just a second. She just takes a siesta again.
All right, here we go. Let's keep going. Thank you guys. Oh, hold on one second. Angelina, thank you. Thank you so much. In my opinion, the Proudfoots and crew may be looking for a fall guy.
If you guys need me to, I can go pull exactly what law enforcement said about these dogs. I don't want to get fined again because I've shown it like 1,500 times. But if you guys need me to, I can go pull exactly what law enforcement said about the scent. If you need me to, let me know in the comment section and I can do that.
And Stephen Crabtree could easily be set up as such. He wanted to be a part of this and taken seriously enough to be manipulated. Well, I tell you what, poor guy is. Thank you for the super chat, sweetheart. Thank you, Angelina. He's let's just keep going.
But I don't know why people are so
all right.
I agree with you, Lolo.
What?
Comment.
Actually, let me just do it because I've talked about it now. So if you go over here to WKRN timeline, the disappearance of Sumner County teen Sebastian Rogers, you can go down to this section, keep scrolling, and then you will see like different breakdowns of all the days. I'm not going to go through them all. It talks about by February 27th, searchers had covered over 2,000 miles on foot and went through Sebastian's home multiple times. It also talks about tips that they were receiving, potential sightings. And then here on Thursday, February 29th, search for Sebastian hits 4 days. In a press conference Thursday, February 29th, officials said they had received several tips amid calls for people to check their surveillance cameras, but none were confirmed sightings of Sebastian. There was a glimpse of hope that day as search dogs tracked a scent, but it turned out to be a false alert. Investigators also drained a pond to the east of Sebastian's home and found nothing. So again, there was a scent. Unfortunately, it says false alert in that there was other wording with it in other articles too.
Let me see.
She said, after last night, my mind has changed and I'm afraid something bad happened to him that night.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
I don't think he ran away. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I totally don't think he ran away either. All right, here we go.
Stunned and shocked by the fact that they were all communicating about trying to figure out options for Sebastian. Now, the list, I'm going to be transparent as fuck. You guys know how I feel about this stuff, and I'm not going to sugarcoat shit right now. They named, and I'm going to show you a clip from last night from Mr. and Mr. Z's when we get into that part. And he goes on to name the facilities that supposedly they were looking at. I'm going to tell you a few of my concerns. First and foremost, these are not inpatient facilities for children with autism. These are boys' ranches. These are behavioral modification boys' ranches. Most of them are private pay facilities, which means to me that it wasn't because of autism or that diagnosis that he was being considered to go to these. That is my opinion on just off of the types of facilities and the dives I've done into them.
All right, nonsense. I'm with you on that. These places are not great. And I agree with you 100%. So then I posed this question to you with all due respect.
Fuck your respect.
How then can you say that this is a good thing?
That 3 parents were communicating to find options for their child. I'm not seeing what's not a good thing about that. They obviously did not select one of these homes. So there's that.
How? All right.
Sorry, I was on mute. Good question.
Because a lot of times if they are due to medical needs, that's as fucking fake as I've ever heard, Lauren. With all due respect, bitch, I don't respect you. You don't respect me. Okay, let's call it as it is. Like, stick that up your ass too. Need necessity insurance will cover some of these residential type facilities. No, I'm not about to sugarcoat shit today either. This is annoying to me. Facilities, and that's not what these are. That's not what these are. Told you, I was actually stunned to hear the ones that were being discussed. Don't let anybody get it confused. I'm doing straight drama today. I'm Petty Betty all the fucking way. Trash bag, Karen having ass. Sign me up. I'm here to play. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm very disturbed by it. There's a lot we don't know, but Janice and accounting, excellent point. And thank you for the support. Behind, if there was so many reports, why would a judge let Chris Proudfoot's daughter go to visit? Explain that, BJ. Please don't try to explain that because that'll take 4 hours.
Like, that's legit. And
but very valid point.
When they showed it to us, it was like, oh, that's legit. Okay. So I think Clue, naturally being a person that, she asks questions. She's just very
I do not believe that he is in any of these facilities. Truly, absolutely do not, because most of them are licensed. Yes, there's a few offshoots that are not licensed, but I have a whole I could give you a whole breakdown on the troubled teen industry and some of these ranches and stuff.
I mean, I agree with her on that. I don't
Chico, the patience is gone.
think he's in a facility either.
Melissa Neely is saying that we're wrong. Our information is incorrect.
What?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Wrong-
Well,
we're
that's
wrong
okay.
about
We
what?
can-
Google the location Seth wanted him to go to. All have major. Well, we
Well, then
understand.
what are you disagreeing with us about? None of us.
No, we all agree with that. These are not places that
What?
Sebastian should have went to.
He's saying to go back to Seth's first interview. Our information's incorrect.
X, you are 100% correct, right? I shouldn't. She definitely has no respect for me.
Absolutely zero.
Melissa, I think you need to go back and
We might be even in the negative at this point.
go back and actually listen to what we said, because you're basically telling us that we're wrong about something that we haven't even said.
If there is a fine for impersonating Petty Betty, just be aware that this name was given to me by the one on your screen, allegedly with no brain cells. She called me a Petty Betty, trash Karen, trash bag Karen, all the other things. So I'm not impersonating, chasing. BJ lovingly nicknamed me that. Give her the fucking fine, not me. Stop tattling on me, my own mods are trying
Seth
to
never said he wanted him to go. Seth had no other choice.
traitors.
She just said, go back and see that interview that Seth said. Seth is wanting him to go into these places.
No, he did not. He didn't have a choice. Y'all, let's just keep going. We're not.
Exactly.
No, he didn't. He didn't have a choice. Explain that. Because to me, it sounds like they were reaching out to give him options. How does he not have a choice, Brittany? Explain that.
Not worth stopping for her for that. Here we
I
go.
mean, we're
Fine.
entitled to our own opinion, and they are too. So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Nana, I know you're here. Just come join the chat. You comment to me all the time and haven't back and forth with me in the comment section after the lives. You're entitled. You can come in here and talk. I won't let you get jumped on. You might learn to have like a back and forth conversation. It's okay. Like, I don't dislike you. You hurt my head and make my brain cells fly out of my ears, but there's that. But you're entitled to come in here and voice your opinions. I won't let people jump all over you.
Hey, Black Skies.
I know you want to sit on the dark side sometimes. Come on.
Thank you, Miss Tiffany.
Lace
Black.
up that fucking helmet. and
It's
come
just he
on
was
in.
put in a position. They wanted to put him in there.
I don't think he would have actually gone through with it when it really came down to it. I mean, that's my opinion. But I don't think he would have ever went through with it. I think he would have found other resources, maybe his mom or somebody
Obviously, they found another option. He was going to live with Seth.
to take him.
Unfortunately, he went missing.
He was talking about therapy and stuff, remember?
Oh
Right.
my God.
You know, that was,
I don't think he knew exactly what he was looking at, to be honest with you. Not that he didn't, it's just
yeah.
I don't think they did enough research on it to know what they were getting into.
Right. But these
All right, I'm going to
facilities-
drop down.
You can do all the research possible on these facilities and still be misguided and make mistakes. That's the truth of that too.
Because you get some of these fly-by-night trolls saying some insane stuff, and
Yeah,
I just
I'm
wanna-
ignoring them.
I
I'm
just
not even
want to
going in
unmute.
chat. Yeah, I'm not even going in chat.
Yeah, I'm not.
I haven't had my depression meds for 3 months, and I haven't been to therapy for 3 months. So
Oh, Eddie.
I'm trying to control the sleeping dragon.
Okay. Well, have a
Trying
good
my
night.
hardest.
Thank you for coming up with us.
We love you,
Thank
Eddie.
you.
Love you
ya.
too. You guys
Hey,
take care.
when are you doing your next live?
8:30 tomorrow night.
Okay. Okay.
And then
Looking for ya.
I'm gonna message you tomorrow, Britt, on Messenger,
Okay.
because the case that I want to cover, and have you come up on panel and discuss it.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Nice.
All right. Sounds cool. I'm down.
All right. You take care.
All right.
See
You
you
too.
tomorrow night, Eddie.
Thank you for
All right.
coming up.
Bye, everyone.
Night.
Bye.
Bye. Night. All right. Let's keep going, guys. Let's. All right. Here we go. Let's keep going.
I have personal experience with a lot of these places, and I don't have very high opinions of them. If I'm,
Investigative herself. It was a thing that I think needed to come out. I don't know. I can't make that excuse of why the timing was good. I don't know. I don't think even Clue knows why this was said to come out. I don't know. It's very confusing. It's left me.
Again, and I stand on what I said. If you idiots didn't even know what you were supposed to be, the purpose or the intent was behind having this discussion, then why have the discussion? You obviously are skirting around the bush here.
It's left me very irritated. You know, it's my problem is let's just be
Elevated Truth in the comment section says, so are you saying you have not seen the email personally, Stephen?
real for a moment when you think about the email in itself.
Okay. So I'm a little confused here because Stephen and Clue, they go to the Proudfoot's home.
When aren't you confused?
They are on a speaking, like they to speak with them over the phone. They meet up with them. So I'm kind of struggling with how Stephen's confused here.
Explain us.
Oh shit, I forgot. I'm supposed to do this. I forgot. I'm supposed to do the Brittany thing. There's over 1,000 of you in chat. Would you please do me a favor? It helps so much. Would you go hit that dislike button on my live stream for me and get me into that algorithm? I can't even fucking do it. Yeah, get that sound. That feels just gross. Okay, no, carry on.
Right. Like I struggle to believe that he doesn't know why this is out. You know, like are we really supposed to believe that CP and KP showed them this information and they're not like, okay, here's why we want you to go ahead and put it out.
Right. I was going to say that. Do you think they showed it to him and then said, okay, see
When we hit our goal of having 400 dislikes on this stream,
you later? No,
No, I
Yeah.
think that
they had conversation about it.
yeah, this was a planned thing. And if you notice, as wild as it is, as soon as this hoodie guy stuff started happening with Texas Roadhouse, bam, the email stuff come out.
oh my God, the hoodie with the fucking surgical gloves, say it ain't so. Some random person in a parking lot spotted on camera that has nothing to do with anything, according to law enforcement, because they've never told us that they were looking for a magical guy in a hoodie. Imagine that, somebody wearing a hoodie in the month of February, you know, but then it got turned into, oh my God, they have surgical gloves on. That was Spanky that did that by dissecting this photo. Can you imagine how many people roam around in parking lots of a Texas Roadhouse or down the street or randomly run into people walking by? Of course, there's got to be something nefarious about this. But again, I go back to Clue and Steven opened this door for all of these fucking weirdos to make up all of these rumors, when in reality, that, in my opinion, there's nothing nefarious. It shows 3 adults navigating a broken system, trying to find resources to best suit their son. That's it.
A diverse.
And
What the fuck is a diverse, Nana? Nana, can you tell me what a diverse is? Are you talking a diversion? A distraction? What is a diverse? New word of the week. Diverse. It's a diverse. This is why I don't do these streams anymore, because my fucking head hurts. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the explanation that Elevated Truth gave as to why Clue Illuminati put this out, and I don't believe it at all. We'll talk about that in a little bit. There's no way that we'll get to it.
Seeing it in person,
Listen to him.
like you hear
Oh shit, Mohawk mom, just so you know, the child of mine, one of them that you must be so concerned about, that lives under the stairs is in the chat right now. She happens to be an adult, but she is actually got a cellular device and she is bugging me during a live stream. So if you could be concerned about my sanity because she is bothering me at the moment, that would be much appreciated, because she's still under the stairs and she is texting me and bothering me right now, asking for money. If you can handle that, that would be great. And she just said, how the fuck do you have one, or she didn't say the F word, but she said, how do you have 1,000 people in chat? Sis, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. For some reason, some of these people like seeing your mom be an asshole. All right. She's right in on the other side of this door, texting me. Come on now. There's a door that separates us.
You hear it all around. But then when you're sitting there and see it for yourself and realize this is legit, like what the amount of confusion that just blows through
Chasing, don't tell anybody, but she's actually probably in the bathroom. She snuck out of under the stairs.
your brain. It's like, what? Like what? Wait a minute. There's all three of y'all are involved in with talking about this school. Like why? I just don't understand. I think that's the problem I'm having with is was it that serious?
Obviously, I don't know why people are stunned by this. I don't know where people's logic has been all along. He was obviously struggling.
Behavioral issues. It kind of led me to more problems in retrospect of talking
Fucking
about
insane.
who was Sebastian, I guess. And I like to think, man, he was just your average 15-year-old kid that had behavioral issues, and maybe some a little bit worse than others. But
Why did he have
Well, then
behavioral
it's-
issues?
This is where
Yeah, exactly, Nana. Tell him.
You, once again, you've been in his house. You speak to his mother and his stepfather regularly. You shouldn't have any questions. You know what I mean? He should have a good damn idea about Sebastian. Chronicles, do you not find this guy can you believe this? Chronicles says Shady Stephen Crabtree's unbelievable. Hey PJ, he is not a nonprofit. How's it going, Shady? Good to see you.
I don't believe Sebastian was the problem.
No, I don't
He's a
either.
teenager. Okay, teenagers have attitude.
Well,
Sebastian's autistic, yes.
I kind of disagree on one thing on that.
But you were scolding everybody for talking about behaviors. Nobody was saying he was a bad child. But now, oh my, this is just.
Sebastian was a problem because he was reporting all these things, and CP wasn't allowed to discipline him the way he wanted to. So
And how do you don't know any of that? This is just bullshit you're throwing out there.
CP, in my opinion, wanted him out. So Sebastian was the problem, but it was only to CP, which trickled down to KP, and then it was brought to Seth's attention.
What?
And when Nonsense played that where Seth said he was having problems, she didn't play the part where Seth said he didn't have problems in his house. He was having problems in that house.
He was probably having behaviors at all of them. Nana, did you not hear what Seth said? He gave his son a year to get his behaviors together. Again, yes, the story has changed that he wasn't having those issues, but he also stated that Sebastian wasn't reporting any issues to him. Does behavior change from house to house of divorced parents? Absolutely. It can. We don't know because we weren't there to know how he engaged or interacted with any of them. To make these assumptions off of rumors and speculations about one side versus the other is disgusting. Sebastian is a missing child loved by all three of his parents who were trying to figure out the best options for him. That's it. And you guys are fucking gross for even trying to make these assumptions about one side versus the other, or who's better, or who did better, or who loved him more.
Yeah, he was defiant against
Fucking
CP.
gross.
It's a typical teenager. They're butting heads.
And he was also defiant against Seth Rogers. We know he was because Seth talked about it in his interview with Bullhorn Betty about CPS interaction in California. So it wasn't just Chris that he was defiant against. Stop.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdos.
They don't deserve the title of being a parent, though, because you do other alternatives.
They don't deserve the title of being a parent, though. So if you are at your wit's end and cannot find proper, adequate resources to suit your child, and you reach out for help and are investigating and looking into long-term solutions or things that might help the child, you don't deserve the title of parent. Shut the fuck up, Reality Wins. And this is also the bitch that said that they hid his body. You are disgusting. They deserve the title of parents just as much as anybody else because they were looking for resources to best suit their child that was struggling. How dare you say that they don't deserve the title of parents? And you can say I'm yelling. This is called passion, bitch. And ignorant people that piss me off. Then Seth doesn't deserve the title of parent either because he was a part of the conversation. Is that what you're saying? Reality? Misty Blue, let Kenzie out from under the stairs. Thank you for the support. This is just the ignorance of this and the reality that so many families live in. So many families live in this world where they are desperate for help for their children. And to have it met with this complete and utter ignorance is disgusting. This is why inclusion needs to be taught. This is why mental health needs to be addressed. Pediatric mental health needs to be talked about. People need to be open about their struggles because the fact that they are even saying this makes my blood boil.
I feel so bad for Sebastian. My heart breaks.
And as a parent of a child on the spectrum, like you always say, Brittany, the fact that you don't say a fucking word to this makes me sick.
Oh, I do too. I've cried several times these last few days.
I couldn't even eat today. I was so upset. I had to leave several times because I got so upset.
You should probably check out. You're a little too emotionally invested in something that has nothing to do with you, reality.
Wait, At Night has satellite images. Satellite images of what? Exactly, Linda.
There are other things that probably were going on in the home that we don't know about, but
Wait
we're
a
not
minute.
going to speculate on the whole. We're just going after what we've been told and what we've seen and what we're hearing.
Oh, wow.
All of the
I
rumors.
guess I want you to check your chat, your mod
Yep.
chat.
I got it.
Okay.
Wow.
This is my opinion. Allegedly.
How dare these people shame parents trying to find options? How dare you?
Well, in my opinion, you know, if you're in a situation in a household where someone's constantly ridiculing you and
Yeah, do not talk about her children in here. All I was just saying, she understands the struggle. She talks about how she understands the struggle. Do not talk about her children in my chat or you will be booted out. That is not happening in here, period. At all. Her family, none of it. It's off limits. But as somebody who knows the struggle, for her to allow that to be said, that's what I have a problem with. Her behavior, her not standing up for parents that she knows the struggle.
calling you the R word and yelling at you and throwing out your toys and giving away your animals. And
Thank you, mods.
I guess, you know, if that was me, I would be defiant too. I mean, your whole life is turned upside down. Plus, you're autistic on top of it.
All right, listen to this. Update about new satellite images. We want to share some recent progress in this important investigation. This is from At Night Media, guys. On December the 2nd, 2024, thanks to our work with experts in the field.
Pen, she actually did. So in her parody, she pretends to be Chris Proudfoot and she is mimicking Chris and says, your little R word. That's what she says. But that's where that comes from. I'm skipping through this because it's a bunch of fucking bullshit, period, point blank, end of stories, more riddles. And they pull up homes close to the Bowersox property. More riddles from Nick at Night.
So
All right.
what does that tell you? Think about that.
We'll
Don't
keep
know
our
what to do.
eyes. Yep.
Jude's, he was at Vanderbilt. It was in March, right, Mohawk?
Tiny says, I believe it. I can't think of any boss that would not let you immediately leave if you told them your child was missing and cops were coming. He did. Here's the thing. From my understanding, he didn't tell them.
Right.
That's what Silvers found out.
And
According to Silvers.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, according to Silvers. Yeah, that's just all.
Well, he said
Yeah, she didn't zoom in on it.
he didn't know about Sebastian.
Yeah.
His work supposedly didn't know about Sebastian.
And again, we have no indication that that's true. That was Silvers on the scene that came out with all that bullshit way after the fact.
I don't know. I'm kind of confused because then there was some other coworker that said that he was having an attitude that day and they let him go. I mean, I don't know. You're hearing a lot of different things. It can get very confusing.
It's hard to know.
I know.
You know, I had someone reach out to me. I don't know if I told you guys this. It was about a month ago or
I'm speeding her up. Sorry, I can't do it. If it gets too fast, let me know. I'll
Or a
slow
little
it back
more.
down.
and they told me they worked with CP. They worked with him in Mississippi.
Imagine that, somebody randomly reaching out to you.
And I never, maybe I should try to email him back. I never responded to him. It's worth trying to email him back, right? And just see.
Yeah. What can it hurt?
Right. All right, let's keep going.
Nope, Brenda, he sure hasn't, but law enforcement has that information and says that the parents' stories have been vetted and they have been fully cooperative. That's all I need to know at the time. I follow law enforcement facts, not salacious bullshit on the internet. Seth has stated numerous times that Chris was in Memphis. Chris has stated numerous times that he was in Memphis. Seth's PIs that were working on his behalf stated that he was in Memphis. Until law enforcement says otherwise, I will believe that he was in Memphis. Carry on.
Let's go through this. All right, now let's finish listening to Crabtree, not figure out why anything's happening. That I think he's playing dumb. I really do.
I said, shout out to him. Everybody knows why it came out. It's not confusing at all. Respectfully, it was released for a very specific purpose. Let's don't act stupid. Let's be real, in my opinion. Respect for that, for sure, because all this him-hawing around. Tell us exactly why they want this to be discussed. Be transparent. Be upfront.
That's what I want to know.
Don't him-haw around about this.
I want to know why they want
dignity
it to
of
be
a 15-year-old child, and shouldn't even be discussed. Like, there's nothing shocking here.
Yeah,
Great. I think it's wonderful that the parents were in discussions and talks and all working together to find options.
Do you hear this, woman? Nonsense.
Do you hear me? Oh my God, that fucking audacity that I have. How dare I say that all three parents were trying to figure out what was best for Sebastian? Oh my God. Evil, evil. That's that black fucking soul she's got.
You can spin it however you want, but that's not exactly how everything was going. You're leaving out the part that they're sitting on 5 CPS calls to their house. The parents weren't working together. Seth was forced.
They're sitting on 5 CPS calls to their house. We don't even know if that's factual. There's been no proof to back that up. Period, point blank, end of story. We have heard that from Seth's own PI that was working on his behalf that one of the cases was unfounded and closed. Or likely unfounded and closed. Again, we have heard that they opened an ongoing CPS report when Sebastian went missing. Okay, we have no indication that these are factual, what they contain, any of that. But how dare I overlook that? How dare I? And how dare I assume that because they were communicating for finding resources that they were in contact, but Seth was being forced. I'm the spin one, though.
To go along with that because he had no choice. This isn't parents working together to try to. You have a classic case.
He had no choice. Did you hear what Tony said? That they were giving him options. They were, even though he didn't have full custody or whatever he stated, that they were working with him and making him a part of this conversation. Like, what are you doing here, Brittany? Sounds so stupid.
Case of a step parent who hates their spouse's kid, and he's doing everything in his power to get rid of.
And this, I'm going to freaking let you guys have fun with, because again, don't talk about her family, her kids, anything like this, but the audacity that she says this when there's no indication of any of this being the truth. I'm going to back this up so you can fully hear what she says.
This isn't parents working together to try to. You have a classic case of a step parent who hates their spouse's kid, and he's doing everything in his power to get rid of, because he didn't want Sebastian in the home. Oh my Lord. And I hate to say that, but I mean, the proof is in the pudding. All you got to do is look at all the clues.
How come they're saying Nick posted again? It's
The
like,
proof is in the pudding. All you have to do is look at the clues. Not facts. You don't need facts. The proof is in the pudding. You just got to look at the clues. They think they're playing a real life game of Clue over here. These are people's real lives that they are messing with. Definitely tapioca, because it's a little lumpy, that's for sure.
5 people have said it. 6 people.
All right. Hold on.
Ooh.
Wait a second.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Hello, Benjamin. Hope you're well. Did you get to go get your daughter today? Granddaughter, I mean?
All right, let me go look.
Oh, I believe it's a repost.
A repost?
77. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going, guys. It's a repost. Thank you, PJ. All right, let's keep going. It's the same post. All right, let's keep going.
And I don't know, man. Me as a parent, I will tell you, I could not handle my son getting sent off anywhere. I couldn't
Me
do that,
either.
man. It would drive me nuts. I'd worry about him too much. It would freak me out.
At least he said
And
that.
I think that's maybe what we got to look at, because at that roundabout, Seth was given a year to get his shit together, because that was literally what was told.
No.
Stop
No.
Said,
debating
hey,
it.
screw the
Hey,
schools. We're not going to go with the schools. We're going to give you an opportunity as the dad. We're going to give you a fair shot at this. You have all these rules that you need to have in place, like not rules as in you need to do this. It was just think like his care setup. All this stuff moved. Everything needed to be in place so that Sebastian could transition at his home without any issues.
And that takes everybody, every willing participant involved in the child's life, to be a willing participant and do their part. I'm sorry, it's not just on one person.
Well, guess what happens? He had that whole year to do so. Well, when you do all that, you come into that whole year. Well, all of a sudden, guess what's now laying down, right? He doesn't have anything done.
Yes, he said Seth was given a year.
Now he's got to enroll in school. First day of enrollment's there. Katie said, look, hey, you need to get this done. You did not. He's going to beach. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's it. And so I don't know whatever happens after that, right? I don't know.
He's delusional.
Then
I'm
why
telling you.
were you told to bring the emails out and discuss it?
Lord.
Let's go back to the question at hand.
Ask yourself how this guy is the mouthpiece for anybody when he claims he knows nothing.
Who said he was the mouthpiece? I'm going to switch it back over here just because I said this and I want to prove that it's true. Okay, Tony Mathis on Mr. and Mrs. E's. Find me chasing.
Reports filed in that month. And we know that on or about the time those DCS reports were filed, Seth Rogers received a call from Chris and Katie that they wanted to put Sebastian in a behavioral center. Basically, you can call it a boys' home. I don't like to call it that. I like to call it a behavioral center. They were having problems with Sebastian at home. They were having problems with Sebastian at school. They were kind of at their wits' end with him. According to Seth, they did not have a lot of patience with him, which is why they had a lot of problems that Seth did not have when he was with Seth. So Seth asked Chris and Katie to send him the name of the organization that they were trying to send him to. They sent him the name. The name of that organization was Bledsoe Youth Academy in Gallatin, Tennessee. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that place.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Okay. So that was in November of 23. Seth does research on that specific center. And according to Seth, there had been 5 or 6 childhood deaths associated with that facility.
Oh, wow.
So when he found that out, he reached out to Chris and Katie again by phone, let them know that under no circumstances was his son going to that facility, and gave them the reason. So they in turn told Seth that if he could find another behavioral facility that he liked better or that he thought was a safer place for Sebastian, they would allow, they would consider that. So the infamous email that people are talking about was
Sounds to me like a back and forth conversation about what was best for Sebastian. Sounds to me like a back and forth conversation about the best interest of Sebastian and working together to find solutions. Sounds to me like Seth wasn't being forced. He was actually giving input into it. Sounds like co-parenting exactly. But Brittany is saying that Seth was forced. He didn't get a say in this, right?
simply a forwarded email. I have a copy of it, and I will send it to you guys off the air.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you.
He reached out to a lady that was a behavioral specialist, and she recommended 4 different centers. And the 4 centers were, one was in Missouri, one was in Utah, one was in Wyoming, and then the 4th one was in another state. I can't remember what state it was in.
Okay.
So when Seth got that email, the email described in great detail each facility, what they treated, what they specialized in, a little bit about the facility, and it was basically a synopsis of all 4 facilities. So Seth on December
Revival, actually they've said that he was a great father that loved his son. They've said that Seth loved his son. They've only spoke positively of his parenting of Sebastian or his love of his child. But again, people don't want to talk about the facts. I just wanted to remind everybody, it sounds like there was a back and forth, but Brittany says that Seth was being forced.
How do you it's like the blind leading the blind, right? All saying, I saw this today and I couldn't believe it. I was like, is this real right now?
So Seth and Katie gave him, Chris and Katie gave Seth a list of things that had to be done. Really? And
I don't think
Seth didn't do it? Really?
No, that's not what happened at all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's delusional.
Justin just said all it was forwarded. That's it.
Yep.
Yes, they did, Terry. They said Seth would be in the front row cheering Sebastian on.
That's it.
Yeah. Period.
Hey, Ben George. Ben said, I've seen this before. This dude is full of it. He has no clue.
Exactly, Ben.
Hey,
and I'm glad
Holly.
you got to see your granddaughter. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Y'all, click that thumbs up too, by the way, please, if you don't mind. And if you haven't already and you can, would you become a member? Consider joining the green team, please. Pretty please. Thank you. All right, here we go.
I guess not, NJ. I guess not. I guess this isn't co-parenting. I don't know what we're all looking at. We're looking at a forced situation, obviously. Because all this shows is that 3 parents were in talks about trying to find resources to best benefit their child. And it doesn't make any of them look shitty.
Is that what these places?
It makes them look like the typical parents with a child with behavioral issues trying to find resources and support for a child. I'm sorry, I'm not finding anything nefarious here at all.
How does nonsense
why
know
are we
he had
stuck around?
behavioral issues?
Why these emails are being asked to be brought out now. Listen to this ignorance right fucking here. This when I listened to this morning, caught me off guard so bad. I was like, are you fucking joking right now? I'm not finding anything nefarious here at all.
How does nonsense know he had behavioral issues?
Why these emails are being asked to be brought out. How does nonsense know he had behavioral issues? Chat, How do we know that Sebastian was having behavioral issues?
No.
Where's the
Because it had
fact on
nothing to
that?
do with the light situation, period, point blank, end of story. So save that for somebody else.
Dude, I think so.
And Brittany says, right. Because the parents have told us that, all three of them, Seth's own statements, Chris and Katie's own statements. I guess I just made that up yesterday.
Oh, Heather, I think some of it is ABA. I'm not sure. I know my son does ABA, but he don't have to go anywhere for that. So, and I think it's important for us to understand that his behavioral issues were, if we're just given some info, we can all come to a wrong conclusion. No, he had absolute behavioral issues. I don't care.
God, here
People
goes
can
another
down
one.
me if they want to. I'm tired of this shit. Like, I don't care who you are. I understand it's a young man that's missing, and I get it, and it sucks. He's a great dude. Like, at the end of the day, though, he had problems. He was a 15-year-old who had problems. That's it.
But it doesn't prove that, Brandy. Truthfully and respectfully, it doesn't prove that. We knew that they were communicating. They were co-parenting. They had been,
In my opinion, it was all three of them, not just Seth. But Seth has talked about it more often, I think, because you've heard him on more interviews.
and in talks. We've heard stories of this before. This doesn't prove anything that we didn't know. If you think about it, we knew that they were communicating.
And Brittany, I am not going to addict shame you at all, so please don't take this that way whatsoever. But if you're tired, log off. If you are tired and need a nap, log off. It's exhausting being a mom. I get it. But log off because you're fucking snoring and it is what it is. But log off. Do not addict shame in my comment section either. I think she's just fell asleep. She obviously needs to get some rest. And this is sped up.
About Sebastian going
And the way that you deflect off of this, just say you're fucking tired and go to bed.
to live with Seth. We knew that they had conversations about this. Like, none of this is proving anything that we didn't know.
Brittany, you had a super chat. Oh my
I see
God.
it. I see it. Wow. So again,
Woo.
my goodness gracious, momming it up. What'd you do that for? Wow. She says, in my opinion, they all know why it's being discussed. They are laying their groundwork to come out with their final pleas to have people think he ran off. I have a very hard time ripping. I'm sorry. I read that so wrong. I have a very hard time zipping it and not going off. I hope that Seth knows many of us will stand with him against the blackmail.
What blackmail? What blackmail?
Amen.
Momming
Mama,
up.
you're a sweetheart.
Wow. That's incredible. Thank you so much. That's incredibly generous of you and very sweet.
Fuck, if I fell asleep on you guys, I'd be like, you guys are boring me. And I'd blame you guys. I'd blame the chat. I'd be like, it's your fault. You guys are boring me. Why didn't somebody keep me awake? I'm just joking. But like, I don't know why it's made into a big deal.
And I concur.
well.
Yes, I stand with you. Also,
Yeah, where's the
I mean,
blackmail?
why? Look, we
Where's the blackmail?
even have nonsense asking why now are they putting this info out?
I've been asking questions, you dumb head. Anyways, Momming It Up was deep in the shit on the other side, on the dark side for a while, and then flip-flopped, and she is an extreme conspiracy theorist, in my opinion. I don't like her. She got booted out of here because I'm just not up for the lack of brain cells. But she makes videos too and has said some really weird shit, such as this blackmail stuff. So I'm not stunned here.
You know what I
on my
mean?
list
Like,
to review.
even the people that defend them for everything they do are like, why are you putting this out? You know, it's a, in my opinion, a failed attempt to make Seth look like a horrible dad. I think they thought that we were gonna, you know, I don't know how they didn't think this would go the other way. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't see context.
Yeah, and then the bigger bombshell, 5 CPS reports.
The bigger bombshell, but at the beginning of this, you dropped a bombshell and said it was 7. So what is it? Which is it? Is it 7 or is it 5?
Wow. It is sad.
I'm sure they got a lot of little things in their little pockets that they're going to pull out every time something happens
Yeah.
to diverse it, you know.
Yep.
But they don't understand that most of us are too smart for all this.
Too smart for all of this. With the words like diverse. It was a diverse. They're too smart for all this. They're not falling for any of this. Reality said at the beginning she had a bombshell that there were 7 reports, and now she's claiming 5. But they're too smart, folks. Tapped out, solved it. Everybody go home. They're too smart. Mensa panel at its finest. Boom.
Well, not too smart. I don't want to say that, but
Common sense.
we've been there, done that.
Right.
Oh, fucking yeah. Common sense. Absolutely. Coming from Reality Wins. Common sense. You're the one that claimed that they hit a body. Yeah, you lack common sense, awareness, self-awareness, empathy, sympathy. Basically, you are what the song, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to shut the fuck up and walk away, know when to run. That song was kind of probably written about you, but hey, what do I know? I'm lacking common sense over here.
Is what I want to say.
Lacking common sense, but they're using my stream to agree with me on shit. I love being stuck in the machines again.
And we're not going to fall for this anymore.
They're not gonna take it. No, they ain't gonna take it. They're not gonna take it anymore. I can just hear Nana like fucking stomping that foot. We're done. We're not taking this fucking rational thought process anymore. I'm losing it.
It just makes me so mad when people
I told you guys these streams make me dumb as I get on their level of these ones and I just start singing and shit just comes out of my mouth because here we
keep
are.
saying I'm sure he wasn't a perfect child in any way, shape, or form. But everybody acts like he was this little monster, and if you had to put up with a lot of the stuff that he has put up with, you would have behavioral issues too.
Right. And no, she's not falling asleep.
You know what? Fuck you. Because I am that bitch today. Let's just take us. Do not addict shame her in the chat. I do not think that's what this is. I have no indication that that's what this is. So please keep your comments to yourself, your opinions to yourself. We are just going to enjoy a quick timeout of a siesta. This is the most peaceful of the entire stream. Enjoy it.
It is sad.
I'm sure they got a lot of little things in their little pockets that they're going to pull out every time something happens
Yeah.
to diverse it.
Go to bed, girl. Go to bed.
Yep.
But they don't understand that most of us are too smart for all this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not too smart. I don't want to say that, but
do not do it. You'll get booted.
We've been there, done that.
Right.
Is what I want to say. And we're not going to fall for this anymore.
Y'all put Brittany to sleep. Her poor panel guest put her fucking ass to sleep.
Oh my. It just makes me so mad when people keep saying I'm sure he wasn't a perfect child in any way, shape, or form. But everybody acts like he was this little monster, and if you had to put up with a lot of the stuff that he has put up with, you would have behavioral issues too.
Right. And no, she's not falling asleep. Check your text, Brittany.
All right. I wanted to give a shout out to Dawn Oswald.
Girl, go to sleep. Stop staying up so late and doing this. I'd be passed out too. I'm sorry. I ain't staying up this late to stream with you guys. There ain't no way. Sorry. I value my sleep too much. Take a nap, get some rest.
Dawn Oswald. Thank you, Dawn, for becoming a member. Welcome to the green team, my love. My tooth is bothering me so bad.
But this right here, this deflection is why people go at her.
Thank you, Dawn. Welcome to the green team, my love. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Momming it up again. Thank you so much. I'm checking my text. Give me just a second. All right, let's keep going, guys. You got
Her friends were texting her to wake her up, you guys. Like, I'm not just pulling shit out, and I'm not trying to shame her or anything. Get some rest. You're up late.
guys are awesome. Let's listen to Crab Socks.
It falls short on why now? What is so beneficial about these? Because they were in communication.
But the ins and outs of those problems aren't my business, your business, anybody's business. But I will say, painting the narrative as if he was an innocent young kid who doesn't know any better is not the truth. He was a 15-year-old autistic young man coming into his hormones who he was like me. I mean, any 15-year-old male, like just a little bit different. So again, yeah, I was hell on wheels at 15 too, to be honest with you. I was very hell on wheels. My granddad my granddad used to chase me around with a case knife and say, boy, if you don't or what do you say? If you don't stop and listen to me, I'm going to cut your damn ears off and bury you in the backyard. What he'd say. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I used to tell my grandma, sew all the time, like sew. And my grandma always says she's going to get a needle and thread and sew my mouth shut. I was like, oh, that's freaking awesome. So we discussed it. If people still refuse to even believe that, and think, well, no, they must have been thinking this, or that's pretty. No, Alpha Male, I get what you're saying, and I think that's what's irritating me right now is the fact that I swear on everything. The moment my freaking phone, well, let me say this, the moment I got off the internet, my phone blew up instantly, and it frustrated the shit out of me because I seen everything from disbanding this isn't this.
Nope, not today. Here's my thing on that. We don't know, and everybody's going to have a varying degree of what they think is problematic and not. And Bree says, for the first 45 years of my life, I got by on 3 to 4 hours a night. All-nighters were more than common. From 46 on, anything less than 8, and I cannot function. Age catches up with everyone eventually. I have to have, well, I run on a lot of lack of sleep. I'm up and down a lot throughout the night, but I try to go to bed by 8:30. I try to shut everything down. I try to be in bed by 9:30ish. Sometimes we'll sit there and go back and forth and show each other funny like videos, or we watch a show to fall asleep. But usually I'm out by 10. I'm up between 11 and midnight, running to the bathroom, and then I'm up and down all night. But people need sleep. It is. But she gets so defensive of it, so defensive and irritated. And thank you for the support, Bree. I'm glad that you found what works for you. Sleep. If you don't sleep, those sleep issues cause a lot of problems. I know. I can't function with lack of sleep. What people are struggling with, we shouldn't know. We should not, because it comes to the dignity of a minor child. I don't know casual art. Tell me, is anybody else like, just fucking land the plane and be honest. Like, why are you wanting this to be discussed? They were having a hissy fit over me clapping. I sure as fuck do clap when I'm pissed off. That's what they told you and why to bring it. I'll do it to myself. That's it. It's pretty fucking simple.
It's like,
you can seal clap back at me. I don't give a shit. Do all the things. I do that. I stomp my feet. I do all of it. I bob that head too, like a fucking bobblehead when I get going. Yep, I do. That's why my camera shut off, because I make the weirdest faces and do the stupidest shit when I'm reviewing idiots.
No, man. Here's the clear line. Why this information was allowed to come out, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. What it is, though, is one.
But again, he skirts around and says he doesn't know. He doesn't have any idea. Obviously, there was a conversation about why this was important. Was it to show that all 3 of them were in communication and trying to find best options? Okay. It's not nefarious. I think it looks great that all the parents were involved in trying to find an option. But that doesn't seem to land. No, this is why you have to be transparent and straightforward.
100% real. And it's with 3 parents absolutely discussing something about a school. And Seth was a part of it. So, and that's the other thing. It's like, it was said that it's almost like, well, Seth and Katie had this horrible relationship. No, they talked. They shared a son together. They talked.
Well, no shit. No shit. They're co-parents. He moved to Tennessee to be closer to them. They were helping him. Like, how is this confusing to anybody? I see now why she chose to play me, though, instead of reviewing Crabtree, because she doesn't have enough to like fill in the gaps here. So at least I'm doing the commentary for her. That's probably why she, I get how this works. I need to find somebody that, hey, this is cheating. I see what you're doing, slick operator.
So this narrative,
just because Seth and him, you can just let it run for 20 minutes and not get struck because I'm doing the commentary. You chicken shit. His team have made it look like
can't talk. They didn't talk. We all know that they were reaching out to him to do interviews and stuff. Like, again, what?
Of Katie bad. Katie don't talk to me. Katie didn't do this. Like that's not real. It's not real. I see it. I see it with my own eyes.
We know.
It's ridiculous.
Right,
man.
Joe. This is like a kid cheating on your homework behind you, writing down all your answers. This is how you got by. I see. I get you.
If those emails are from
I'm being a complete facetious smartass. Again, this is a drama stream. Buckle up. We're having fun today.
3 months before,
It's fucking insane.
why are they relevant now? Right? That is very true. Why are they relevant? They were all parenting together until GoFundMe began.
Then tell us why you were told to talk.
That will be 99 cents an hour for a sleep study.
About it. Why are they relevant? What was told to you of why this should be discussed? Explain it.
It seems weird they would break them apart after years of working together. Robin, thank you. Because I swear to God, that was one of my questions on the phone last night. I was talking to Clue, and I'm like, so I don't get it. Everything was copacetic, working. Might have some disagreeing, might have, a couple pushbacks. I mean, dude, when we're all parents, some of us are, doing the dual household thing. And sometimes there's some push.
Y'all, I'm not doing the back and forth between who's better, Seth, Katie, or Chris. This has nothing to do with it. Again, to me, this is so ridiculous because all it shows is that 3 parents were trying to figure out a solution for their child. No parent is perfect. All parents make mistakes. This is not a comparison of who's done worse or what is.
Wake me up before you go.
Obviously, they were struggling to find options that were best suitable and all to be in agreement. That's pretty typical. I don't know.
Oh, it's like pulling teeth.
Oh,
it truly nonsense. I'm not even being a bitch.
Oh, you're not even being a bitch. Okay.
It's truly like pulling teeth. Now,
pulling teeth? I wouldn't let you touch my teeth. They fall out on their own. I don't need your help.
Granted, I don't want to lose sight. The whole reason I'm using
you lost sight a long time ago. I thought you said you were blind. Never mind. Let me leave that alone.
The nonsense is stream is so we can listen to Stephen Proud.
So you can fucking take a siesta, bitch. Let's be honest here. And by the way, I'm always a bitch, so I don't know why you're saying I'm not even being a bitch. I mean, it doesn't land like that anyways.
Stephen Crabtree, because I don't want to get struck.
I guess maybe dumb bitch.
But I have to ask, why nonsense?
And people who are offended by the word bitch, whoa, please catch up. It's 2024. A lot of us use that as a term of endearment.
Do you deny reality? Can someone tell me how she continues to look past everything else?
I'm denying reality. Holy.
These are great parents, all 3. Wonderful parents who.
Hello?
Yeah, but remember, they didn't talk. Apparently.
No.
We're talking.
Tony just told us that they were in communication. Like, what? I'm the one denying logic.
To each other.
And reality. Oh.
They don't communicate.
And then
they don't communicate, but Tony, Seth's spokesperson, was telling us about their communications. Okay.
CP said that Sebastian.
Let me just sit on down before I fall asleep.
Now all this?
Well, just like Tony said, he forwarded an email. That's all he did.
Yep.
He didn't call him up and say, well, I see this one, I see that one, I think this.
Oh, he didn't call him up. But did we not just hear a clip? I can't play it again because if Chasen's still in here, I'll get another fine, and I'm working my way right back up to 8 point something million, real fast. But did we not just listen to a clip from Tony saying that they were calling each other up on the phone and forwarding emails back and forth? Am I delusional here? I think I might be.
This one might be good. Well, we could probably put them here. They weren't communicating. They weren't talking.
Night.
Sebastian or Seth was put on a spot.
Right.
And he was just trying to work the situation of the spot he was put in.
Don't interrupt her nap.
And he had no choice really when you think about it, because it was going to happen with or without him. And thank goodness he got the say so that one not happening.
I can't even keep her awake. I'm going to have to do better of yelling.
No. I don't think it was 3 parents working wonderfully together. As Chris would say, beautifully. When you get all 3 people on the same page.
Right. But it was CP having conversations with Seth, not KP. And then I'll hold that thought.
Brittany, wake up.
Yeah.
I need an air horn.
Let's go back to Crabtree.
Yeah.
They're like, go back to Crabtree. Brittany's not even with you anymore. You guys put her to sleep. And I thought Spanky was the melatonin of YouTube. It's reality and fucking Nana.
Are you muted, Britt?
Again, thank you for the laughs. I do say this is funny as shit. Go to bed. Right. It's astounding to me, maybe because I live in this world. It's astounding to me that so many adults
Let's keep
cannot
going.
grasp the simple concept of it's always a fight of what's best for your
Mouth
child
is killing me.
and
Nobody's
trying to do the
sleeping
best
for
thing.
fuck's
Like
sakes.
I'm not really sure.
Jesus. Nobody is sleeping. My God.
You guys need to
Stop.
stop.
I'm going to ask everybody.
Her chat is telling her to wake up. Her chat. One of them texted her previously when she fell asleep. I mean, it is what it is. Just go to bed, dude. Like, but the way you react to it and lie about it is what people have a problem with. And then you blame other people. And then you go into shit like people are addict shaming you. And by the way, bitch, you let somebody in your chat last night by the name of Trooper's mom tell me to put the bottle down. Bottle of NyQuil, maybe. Bottle of Diet Coke. But when you allow people to say shit like that, and yes, I have proof and I'll show it too, at the end of this, because you can't cry the victim when you're allowing shit like that to be done in your chat. You didn't say it, but your chat did, and you defended that nothing was being said wrong about it.
Just stop. I can't get quiet for 5 seconds without somebody saying that I'm fucking sleeping. You guys, I have a toothache, okay? I have a toothache, and I was trying to put some freaking drink in my mouth without killing my tooth. So
It's
I
so
apologize that I got
stupid.
quiet for a second, but I promise you, I'm not asleep.
Oh, Beeferg's actually that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a medical professional, but just figure it out. That's a good point, though. That does exist.
My God,
don't
as
think
soon
you
as
were
I get
asleep.
quiet, these motherfuckers come in here and they start.
It's the noise
Oh,
monitors.
it makes me so
like the hall
angry.
monitors.
Jesus.
You're making
I'm
great.
over here. Like I literally got a fucking 44-ounce cup of drink over here, and I'm literally over here.
Yes, her own chat was calling her out on it. Like regulars in her chat were saying, "Hey, go to bed."
Sideways sipping through a straw because I'm
Yes.
thirsty. And
Yes,
people's
yes,
like, oh, is she sleeping? She's asleep again. Oh my God, she did it again.
She's going
Sorry,
to
that
the
it makes me so angry. Look, I'm gonna tell you, if you are hyper focused on watching me in hopes that I fall asleep, something's wrong with you. You need help. Get Jesus, like ASAP. I've never in my life watched somebody so hard in hopes that I could freaking catch them falling asleep. It's really like, really? Miss Grinch, it really is. It's weird. Yeah, so
I wasn't even watching to this for that. Like I fell asleep. So that's I don't know if people were watching just for that or for the shit show you put on. Like truly.
Southern Soul True Crimes, I wouldn't wish this on my enemy. It hurts so bad. And when I lay down, it hurts worse. Little Fig gifted 5 memberships, guys. If you were gifted a membership from a Little Fig, please tell him thank you. That was really sweet of you. Thank you for doing that. And thank you for becoming a member, by the way, as well.
Welcome, new members.
Yeah, seriously, people, chill.
Here, I'll just put her chat up.
I ain't never. What does that do for them?
It's terrible. I can't.
It's like it really is like sleeping's a crime, but literally, I'm not. Brittany, you can get some stuff at Walmart. It's like a temporary feeling.
Go to bed.
It also has pain medicine in it. Get rid of the pain instantly until you can get. Well, I'm going this morning.
And by the way, you'll notice that I am subscribed because I had to wait for 5 minutes to go into this chat and say what I wanted to last night when the comments went south in the end of this.
Somebody's seeing me this morning.
But now I can do
Just remember to
this.
sleep propped up. Put something over to cover that so it's cold.
There we
not
go.
hitting it. And try to rinse your mouth out with all the little remedies everybody said.
You're gonna be up all night rinsing with everything.
Oh my Lord. It's terrible when I try to drink. That's what I was just doing. It's absolutely terrible. It's embarrassing. All right, here we go.
Where the disconnect is coming from here?
Back, right? But it seemed to be a functional household, right? Or a functional living situation. So
There's no such thing as functional. Let me just tell you in this arena.
We are all hypocrites, you guys.
We are all dysfunction junction. What is functional? We
I
all
agree
have our
with that.
struggles. Every one of us has struggles.
Beefergs, that's why it's so odd, honestly. Like, why make such a huge deal out of it? Just be like, I'm fucking tired and my tooth hurts. I'm gonna go to bed. Like, I don't know. If I fell asleep, I'd be like, God damn, you guys bored me. No, like, make it into a joke, laugh, go to sleep. Like,
with a
Agree with
typical
that.
family having issues with a child, that is normal. Nothing like how this is being presented is so backwards.
Someone is playing games.
Oh,
Crimes.
thank you.
Some part of it.
Thank you,
makes me
little
wonder, right?
fig. That
Makes you
means
think.
so much to me.
Because I'm telling you, the problem I
Honestly,
have why
thank
now.
you.
I keep going back. Why now? Why
Okay,
is this
Doodle Mom,
information
thank
coming
you.
You
out?
should probably fucking ask that as you were being told to talk about it. Like you should maybe ask that. Like
Yeah, why would you
clarification of
not ask that?
why is this important to
Cannot
discuss
believe-
now? What is the purpose of this? What is this going to bring clarity?
I can't believe I'm like all up over here agreeing with nonsense. Why would you not ask that? Seriously. Seriously, bro. Like, why would you? I would if I was in talks with the Proudfoots, or Seth was giving me information to share with you guys.
Amanda, thanks for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana.
Do you think for 1 second I wouldn't be asking all the questions? I would make sure that there's no stone unturned.
You said that you talked to Tony the other night, and you are saying that Seth was being forced, but yet Tony even said publicly that they were in communication. So you obviously didn't ask all the questions. There's that. But what do I
This is
know?
so bizarre. Yeah, it's got to be right. Just me said I think they did tell him, and he won't say. Come on,
That's
right?
exactly what I was going to say. I think they knew. They had conversation about it. Here, let me show you this. This is what I want you to put out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just putting a scenario out there, so we can take, the focus off of this green hoodie guy and all the things that are coming in.
Hey, Saturday Search. It's good to see
Yeah.
you.
Well, it didn't take the focus off of it. It just makes you look worse.
Right. Facts.
What up, SS?
Now, why is it something we're
Facts,
talking,
Nana.
we're doing this? I don't know. All I know is that when something bothers me and it leaves me with questions, then honestly,
Allie.
all you can do is your due diligence and dig. And
Oh no,
They have
Ash
said that,
Mangy.
Randy
Hold on,
Wine. They have
guys.
said that most of the communication went through.
Hold on, Ash Mangy. You have a toothache too? Oh no, she's got one too, y'all.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't deal with this shit.
Hit my damn tooth, and I mean, it sent me through the roof. Oh man, that's painful.
Toothache's a bitch.
Try some hot tea.
I don't have any clove oil, but I tell you what,
Yes.
I'll have to look and see.
Clove oil is sometimes a specialty order. I suggest every adult with teeth in your head has some on hand. Toothaches are a bitch, and clove oil is nasty as hell, but it really does work. Yes, try it. You might have to have your pharmacy order it, or there's sometimes natural health food stores that carry it. It's gross, but it helps. Put a little bit on a cotton ball, stuff it up in there, or gauze pad or something.
See if I have Advil. I don't know if I do. Hey, hide and seek. I had a toothache for a couple days. Pain went, but silent abscess flared up with swelling. Had 7 days of antibiotics and I have
indication that has any.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not
move my
ready to
screens
talk.
on my jumbotron.
Why would
He
you
wasn't-
come out with that?
Tells him to
He's not
try to
diagnosed with that.
on ODD. Okay, and
Oppositional defiant
we have no indication that has anything to do with his diagnosis.
disorder. Boom.
And that actually was confirmed later on in this stream. You'll see that I have confirmation from Duchess, who got that directly from Katie. And then we did go on to find out, we asked further questions, and he was diagnosed with ODD alongside ADHD when they were in California.
All right, so I'm gonna read this to you guys. Welcome to my classroom. This is Stephen.
I don't
Has,
care.
she talked.
So listen,
It's just treat them with respect. You can ask all the fucking questions in the world. I
Hey,
swear to God.
babe.
Oh, really? Then why do you have
here.
so many problems?
Trust
Have an
relationship
answer.
there that
Love
like,
you.
she's worked really hard to be able to maintain. She's done a hell of a job. And so, and Chris and Katie are not
Love you, babe.
fucking evil people, dude. They're easy to talk to. I'm
There
just
you
being
go.
honest, man. They're honestly, Chris is fucking hilarious. Like, I know people don't want to understand that, but they're easy to talk to. All you have to do.
That's
is
if you're
just
going
treat them
along with
respect.
Their
their
parents missing
ways.
the child. I don't understand.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, if they're such great people and they're so easy to talk to, Proud Crabs, then
Bye, Joe. We're almost done.
why in the world do you not know anything? You literally have, in the last 30 minutes, he has sat here and has asked questions about Sebastian.
Saturday Search, you picked the perfect drama stream to come into. This isn't really enlightening at all. It's just a complete ignorant stream of spins and a few laughs. So there's that.
Simple questions that he should have the answers to.
But I'm glad you came in.
Then why didn't CPKB or Seth state that he had ODD? What's up with this?
Right.
Lie.
Why is it that we're hearing Proud Crabs is the first person we're hearing it from? Pink Warrior, thank you so much for being a member for 7 months. That's it, you guys. He's forever Proud Crabs. I didn't even say that on purpose. Like I was trying to remember his name. I was trying to say Crabfoot and Proud Crabs happened and it's done. And Proud Crabs was born, you guys. Pink Warrior, thank you. She says, good night, everyone. My dad's funeral is this afternoon. Oh,
That's
no,
a
Pink
knee
Warrior.
slapper.
Oh, prayers.
Guys, let's send some hearts for Pink Warrior before you go, Pink Warrior.
Sympathy.
Yes, absolutely.
Brittany, I got a question. Just wondering, because you always have a lot of questions for me and I usually don't have any for you. Besides, where the fuck did your brain go? But that's a question you can't answer. So my question would be is, how do you feel about Julie mocking the parents of a missing child? How do you feel about Julie doing a parody? I would genuinely love to hear a dissertation on what you feel about that. And if you feel it's acceptable, I'd love to see you review that actually. I encourage you to. In fact, it's a challenge. I challenge you to review Julie's parody of Chris and Katie and find the positives out of it. I actually reviewed it already, though. If you need to use my stream, you can feel free to use it. But I would love to hear your reaction to the sick, vile display of mocking a parent of a missing child. Because if it was done to Seth, I would say the exact same things. It's vulgar. It was disgusting. It was despicable. Chris, Katie, or Seth don't deserve to be treated like that at all. But I would love for you to, in fact, if you want to do a dual stream and react to it, I'm game. If you are, we can do it on your channel or mine. I'll come on panel with you and we can react to it together. That might actually be really interesting. Shit show. But I'm game if you can handle it.
Sending prayers to you and your family.
Yes, please, guys, say a prayer for our Pink Warrior. If you need me, Pink Warrior, my email is always open. And I'm so sorry for you, sweet.
Oh, and by the way, too, if you ever want a link to come confront me because you're such a badass bitch and have so many questions, you can tell me to drop you a link and I will directly drop you a link and you can come ask me the questions to me instead of expecting me to go back and watch your stream to find all these stupid questions that I already answered in the stream that you're watching.
Sweetheart, I know this is going to be one of the toughest things that you've ever had to do. And just know that God is good and your father's there with you, sweetheart. He's watching over you.
One Shot, thank you so much for the gifted memberships, you guys. Welcome to the cabana. Thank you, One Shot.
Bless her. Justin says he really doesn't ever have an opinion, in my opinion. No, Justin, he never has a thought.
Nope.
What's up, Karmic Justice? How's it going? This guy is trying to diagnose this child without having any credentials to do so. And if Sebastian,
huge shout out to my mods. Thank you guys. Adults can't really follow directions of leaving the kids and that stuff out of it, and they have to go low. But I appreciate the mods for being on it and taking out the comments about all the bullshit. Sorry that people don't respect boundaries, but I appreciate you guys so much for being on top of the chat and not allowing them to sit. I've been trying to get a few that I've caught too. It's been pretty bad, I will admit, and it's pretty gross. And it's just a display of adults that are unwilling to not be a part of the problem.
did have it and his family didn't disclose it, that's a HIPAA violation.
Not really.
Well, to be fair, I do think that HIPAA is when, like, if your doctor came out and was like, hey, Proud Crabs has athlete's foot or something. You know what I mean? That's HIPAA.
It's between the patient and the doctor. It's a privacy act between the patient and the doctor.
Proud Crabs has zero testicular. I can't even say it. Proud Crabs has no testicular fortitude. He hides behind Illuminati for his validation.
Hey, Tracy.
Let's see. Justin says Motrin and Tylenol combination. Okay. It's like running around in a circle and expecting to get somewhere. Well, it's just like when I called yesterday. Was it yesterday? When Tony went on the Ease panel, I called him immediately after. And damn right I asked questions. So I say that to say,
I find the nicknames to be disgusting for the parents of a missing child. I truly do. I find that to be disgusting. I will nickname creators any day of the week, But parents of a missing child, there's a line, but they try to just ignore all of that. Ooh, you want me to do an after dark to pick my brain Saturday search? Ooh, I don't know if I like the sounds of that one. Oh, Casual Art, thank you for being a member for 5 months. I tried. I'm an asshole, you guys. I'm an asshole with a lot of opinions. I'm not going to say I'm the perfect person, but I try to not be an ignorant buffoon most days. Some days I am.
Hold up, honey. I don't mean to cut you off. Shady
that-
said that they did say he had ODD
It's really not that hard to not be a shitty person and do this terrible shit. It's really not that hard.
and ADHD on Duchess's. Does anybody recall that?
Yeah, the irony in that, Yue. Isn't that funny? She doesn't have the cojones to stream Crabtree, but she's using me to stream him because she's afraid he'll strike her.
But Shady
When?
was 14.
No, but if are you saying Chronicles said that, Shady?
Yeah.
Oh well, if Shady said that, I believe that. She wouldn't say that if it wasn't so. It's. I mean, we went through so many interviews.
I'm just gonna,
No,
You ain't right,
Not
Josh.
not even giving her
I
the
know.
fucking.
He always throwing out some
soundbite.
funnies. But
Oh
Shady
no,
was
no
Not
deets
worth it.
today. Duchess commented. Oh, okay. So
Okay.
Duchess said it in deets. Okay.
Gotcha.
Josh said a regular Don Rickles. Josh, tell me why I can hear your voice. Like I can literally hear you say that. Oh,
Yeah.
you guys.
Sometimes it's just not worth it. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Proud Crab's here. He's freaking. He's going far. He's going to big places. Fat.
Facts, huh?
Stand this.
You can ask all the fucking questions in the world. I swear to God.
Hey, Captain Kurt.
Oh,
I've
really?
never, if I came at him sideways, then I could understand. But I've never
Shh, Casual Art. Don't let anybody know. That's our secret that she's out from under the stairs. And thank you for the support.
came at him sideways. Even when I first spoke with him, and I said, "Hey, man, I truly apologize for coming at you and Katie side-armed, thinking with emotion, without facts." I was like, "Look, man, I'm always going to. I think it's the truth. Katie was the last one with him. I'm always going to question it, always, until there's a clear path of she didn't do it or she did, right? Period. I'm always like, I don't know, but I will respect that. There is no evidence to suggest anything right now, and it's just questions. And
Free.
it's just
Bree. Oh, Bree, I feel like we need an after dark stream just to go over the fucking whiteboard drawings. That still is one of my favorite things to review ever because you start rocking with them at the fingerless gloves and the uni and the little drawings that he did. Oh my God, that shit.
conversation.
What? Why do you have to? Oh, can somebody help me here?
Mm.
Proud Crabs. How you talk?
Never say never. That sounds like an OnlyFans stream that you're asking for.
To them every day. Does anybody else get my frustration, or is anybody else feeling this?
Yeah, and he turns around and says, KP was the last one with him. I'm still going to always question that. Oh,
Bruh.
Hmm.
Gypsy Dot, I don't smoke, so would I have to worry about a dry socket if I don't smoke?
Yeah, if you're drinking with a straw, you're getting air in there.
Nana's on point for this one. A straw can cause dry sockets.
But it's only if you have an open tooth that the nerves are exposed. That's what it is. And you get air in there.
Pika, everybody's just lost it at this point.
I didn't smoke when I was 16 when I got it. It's just from breathing air into that hole.
Oh.
Because they left it open. They didn't close it up. I'm telling you, back then, they did the worst root canals. And I was 16 when that happened. But drinking through a straw, yeah, they tell you not to do that.
You know how stupid I sound when I say bruh? Bruh. Bruh. No. It sounds so weird. My 20-year-old, 22-year-old uses it and it drives me nuts.
That when you have an open tooth like that.
Here, they do tell you that.
It's like Betty using deuces.
I can't. I'm with you, Britt. I just can't.
I can't. I mean,
How can you have a relationship with somebody? Turn around and say, I'm still questioning them.
it's terribly frustrating. But and in the same time, like that he's saying that he don't understand how this is or why this happens.
Alicia J, that is correct too. It's just when the clot dislodges when they're healing. Yeah. Dry sockets suck,
trying to convince us in the same breath
but she wouldn't necessarily have a dry socket. Anyways,
of how you can talk to them and ask them any questions you want. Like, bruh.
Dude, have never had him once be like, fuck you. Get out of my face. Never once. Matter of fact, he said, that's all right, man. He said, people make mistakes. I can't, what the hell am I supposed to do about that? Like,
why this Alabama Nana 5? Thank you for the gifted membership.
the dude has treated me with the utmost respect by allowing me to come into their home, allowing me to
Because all they want is their child to be found, truly.
sit on their couch, allowing me to discuss with Steve Fisher, with Clue, all of us sitting here trying to figure out what happened to Sebastian. But they're evil.
Frenchy Trev, because he can't fucking land a plane. He's saying that this was supposed to be talked about, but he can't tell you why it's supposed to be talked about because he does a whole lot of word salad and dances around the point. Be straightforward and honest and won't end up in a clusterfuck like it's
My favorite parts of the stream is coming up though.
become.
They're just fucking evil.
We haven't even gotten there yet. We're getting there.
I don't like this guy because he's
I don't know. I think it's a fucking narrative because the narrative sells. That's what it is. At the end of the day, you should be able to talk to all these parents, be able to sit down with them. They should have nothing to hide. They should be able to say, hey, man, and honestly, I don't feel like they've hid anything. I mean, why this come out? I don't know. And I've been asked that since last night. You think I could pull a rabbit out of my ass? If I could, I would.
you were a part of the discussion of why you were going to be discussing it. You took part in the discussion, but you don't know why.
Wow. You were a part of the discussion. Once again, I've never agreed with nonsense so much. You were a part of the discussion. Make it make sense, you guys.
Alabama Nana 5.
Brittany Rogers,
you for
you don't
becoming a
smoke.
member.
Well, please hit your inhaler because wheezing like
Thank you for becoming a member, Alabama Mom.
mother, bruh.
Yeah.
I do not smoke.
Oh my.
I do not smoke. In March, I am proud to say in March, I will be 2 years of non-smoking.
Oh my
So
God.
yes, do not. Would never touch another cigarette. Honest to God, I can't even take credit for it. God delivered me from smoking.
Oh God.
100%. In all his glory, now decides that geckos' testicles are absolutely.
We had to
vital to
go
speak
for it. I'm
about.
over
Yeah,
it.
the bomb to speak on. Come on now.
Why is he checking out lizards? Sharks are like dogs. They only bite when you touch their private parts.
About her child. She misses her child. Like, what?
Crab
Guilt
nuts.
treasure. I would assume so. I think so. What was the thud Kate neighbor? Oh, did CP hit Sebastian? No, right. He's the father. Chris hadn't been around Sebastian since February 2nd, man.
Yeah.
Just
Does
FYI.
that not
We know
strike
that.
you as odd?
I have absolutely seen the emails from my own eyes. Yes.
He's seen the emails with his own eyes. But he can't tell you why he was supposed to talk about
We
it.
were sitting on the couch, literally. Did it try to sell you car insurance? Shit. Dude, that's Kales. I swear to God, it has nuts. I can't make this up. Yes, crimes.
Right, Saturday search. It feels a little uncomfortable. Alabama Nana, thank you for being
They
here.
have balls. I know this is off topic right now. They do.
You believe this?
Whatever lizard this is. Geico, something.
He's so hooked on his
like
lizard's
brown.
testicles.
She like handed them to me, and his little dude parts were dragging my hand.
I don't think they're exposed on lizards.
So the gecko's testes are right, Josh. He's officially has discussed this far too long. He said,
I'm just sitting here reading the comments. You guys are too much.
let it go, crab sack. I'm dead.
Oh God.
Oh my Lord. Can you? All right, I'll check it in a minute, Wanda. At night, are you sure that that's not a?
Repost.
Can somebody go make sure see if at night reposted, or if it's something important we need to look at? Posted again, a new post series.
Can you not multitask and go look yourself?
Okay.
I didn't think he had any
What?
lizards at this house. I thought that was in California. So
Chronicles of the Shady. Go update your website, Stephen, for profit. Yeah, like that. Oh man, tell us you're not. Way to tell us you're an opportunist without telling us you're an opportunist. Like seriously, the lizard dragged its nuts on his
The irony of that.
hand. Like what the hell? He uses cuss words where they don't belong. He curses so much. Lizards, dude. Fucking geckos. Bullshit. So he kind of rubs me as like the guy that doesn't cuss. Like he doesn't cuss, but he hangs out with Clue and like he's trying to fit in. Like he tries really hard to fit in.
Please tell me you are not talking about people trying to fit in.
And I think he cusses, but doesn't know how to.
to.
Like that's what I think.
he called
Alright,
it Geico. Yeah, it's gecko.
Yeah, let's listen to more Geico.
Balls.
If they didn't name that lizard these nuts.
Look, oh my God.
Can I
he
explain
did,
what more?
he
The
did.
dude parts were dragging my hand.
His dude parts.
If they didn't name that lizard these nuts. I know, dude. Can I explain what more? No, I don't know anymore.
Oh, Justin. Look what Justin said. I actually think that he threw Clue under the bus here. He saw them just as well as her, and he acts like he didn't see anything. That's not cool. Some friend, right? I would never do you that way, Justin.
Interesting.
Like,
They
he
want
is
you-
acting like it's all on her, isn't he? That's a great point.
They want you to check mod chat.
They're such good friends.
Okay. And look. Josh,
I
I
didn't
can't with
see
you.
that with
Josh says,
Pinky.
quote, why does he keep holding the lizard? CP.
Mm-mm,
The last 45 minutes are fun.
mm-mm.
Put my lizard down, please.
We're going to spice it right back up here
Gosh,
in a
you're too
moment.
funny.
We're going to have to ask you to leave. You're making us uncomfortable.
I'm just taking my siesta before I get spicy.
I don't know. If I had lizard balls in my hand, I would have threw it on the ground. No, it's not going to happen. But he acted like he let it just touch his hand. Oh,
Creepy.
I'm not the one playing with lizards nuts.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Shady said, Ku Klux Klan is going to backstab all of them for profit when the time is right. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Misty,
It's
I'll
all-
try
look.
not to.
What's his name? What's her friend's name? Truth. He's already like distancing himself from the Proudfoots.
Mm-hmm. Why is this dude lying? Because
They're so bothered by them talking about there being a lizard at the house.
there's no lizard there. The lizard was in California.
Obviously, there's a lizard at the house.
Remember, she said birdie or
Holy
beard
shit.
died. Remember?
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
More of that, but I know legitimately, factually, Chris had not seen him. He had been on the road working, and that is actually confirmed through law enforcement. Seems odd two parents are just MIA and all this. Where's the mom's voice? Look, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to just try to put it in my way. At a certain point, no matter when you come to the internet, no how many, it's always attacks.
It's attacks because you're not being clear at all about what is happening here.
At a certain point, man, you don't offer anybody anything anymore. You don't owe anybody shit.
They don't owe anybody shit. But if they're
I'm going to fast forward us because I want to get through this last part here. She doesn't really say too much fun until right about here. Okay, let's go here.
Suggest Seth has done something to his child. Chris has done something to
We're
his
going
child.
to cut
or
out some
Katie,
more.
and until it comes out, we have nothing. So I'm not going to treat any of them as criminals. I'm not doing it. I came out at the very beginning of this because I was very emotional, thinking emotionally about this. My son is on.
okay, I can't handle any more of the circle talk. I just can't. It just circles around. So this is supposed to come out now. They were supposed to talk about it, but he can't tell you why. He was shown the email, sat there with them. Truth even calls him on it and says, you know exactly why this is supposed to come out. There was an absolute reason for it, and they skirt around the bush. Okay, I'm fucking over it. But then this turns into this from last night, and we've already seen what it turned into. So this opens the door for more bullshit to come out, and you guys might not like my take
I'm just carrying on with my stream per usual. Listen to the letdown.
on a lot of this right here. So buckle up, because you might not like my little stance.
In advance for not doing
I
that.
thought, when you
sooner.
said you had two things to share, I thought that was one of them.
Oh no, I was just talking about Annie Banani and R. Taylor.
Right.
Like, what the heck? She's shifted. Dang it.
She says, what the heck? She shifted. Dang it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He was getting ready to say his son has autism.
That's called laying out a stream.
God, I don't want to do this. Hold on.
Tell me she had no idea. She didn't watch this. Either somebody told her that I had reviewed this and they didn't tell her that I didn't review the whole thing or what she was relying on here, but they didn't tell her that was a multi-stream of different things. Dang it, nonsense. Listen.
Oh, she's going to go over Josh's.
I'm going over Josh's. No, I'm not. I was inserting a clip. I wasn't going over Josh's.
I don't know. Hold on.
And our guest is probably like, what's going on
Our
here?
guest is like, what? Hello, guest. We just realized you were there.
I'm so sorry. So thank you for joining us, Tony. We've got Tony
What
Mathis
was
here.
going through?
Of course, this
Oh,
was first
damn
and first Rogers. And we appreciate you joining us. How are you doing today, Tony?
I'm doing good, Mr. E. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear.
She's so upset that I didn't, because she's too pansy to go freaking stream him herself.
Perfectly. You guys.
Thank you. Duchess says, well, again, we shouldn't even know that. I mean, truly.
Well, oh, look, Shady. Chronicles of the Shady. This is exactly what you were talking about. Duchess says, it is true that Sebastian was diagnosed with ODD. Just an FYI, so that can be cleared up. I verified with KP. Thank you.
This
Okay,
is
then why didn't they say that when they were on a live? Why?
Right.
It's important to know that information, to be honest.
Hello. Hello.
Justin said this will not age well
They're pissing and moaning about Duchess having a wrench in my channel.
for the craps. I know.
Duchess and I are
Oh,
friends.
right.
I use the term friend with Duchess even. Whoa, should.
Oh yeah, she does. She's always she's got a wrench on nonsense.
Whoa.
Yes,
It
Yeah.
doesn't need to be
she's
verified.
super close
We
to
shouldn't even
nonsense.
know that.
Yeah, Duchess was
slowest rate as
amazing.
possible. We were modding, trying to block the trolls and that kind of thing. It was almost impossible that you couldn't even click on them fast enough. But a huge
I got them sped up because I want to get through this as fast.
Josh says, God, she reviewed me. No, I did not review you. I inserted a clip of Seth's own words. Josh, calm down.
As possible. This is Tony Mathis, the national spokesperson for Seth Rogers. Let me be very clear. He is the spokesperson for Seth Rogers, not Sebastian Rogers.
Who listened to the reaction this gets?
Okay, just setting the tone.
Okay,
Here.
okay.
This is Seth's
No,
spokesperson.
no.
Now here she goes with her snarky. This is where she's going to get very egotistical.
Egotistical. Here we go. Lolly's in the chat. She is on the dark side. Dur-dur-dur. Hold on, I got a button for that. Ready? This is where it gets fun. And I even enter in the chat here in a minute. Ready? Welcome to the dark side. We got fun and games.
Damn, you were doing so good nonsense, and now
Oh, I was doing so good. I'm such a fucking letdown.
back to that bitchy snark. Here we go. Well, and I'd like to say that you also aren't the spokesperson for Sebastian Rogers.
No shit, Sherlock. I've never even remotely claimed to be, but carry on.
Not Sebastian's spokesperson. All right? Very clear distinction here.
How dare I?
success. You guys had a great, a lot of interest. There's still obviously tens of thousands of people that are still following this case and so supportive of the effort to bring Sebastian back home. And so you all did great. It was a very interesting interview. But I appreciate you joining us today. I think that if I understand correctly, what you were interested in discussing was maybe helping to clear up some timeline issues. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. First off, Mrs. D, how are you? And Auntie, how are you?
I'm great. And Mrs. E stepped off for just a second, but I'm doing great. I'm wish it was a little bit warmer where I live because it's supposed to be warm here, but it's not.
Casual art, that's what I'm saying. I don't fault any of them. Today has really sat me on my ass.
If this wasn't what she was wanting to review, why didn't she just go pull up a stream and start reviewing
I
it?
had an IEP meeting this morning. And for those of you that know what IEP meetings are like, it's draining, it's hard, it's exhausting. I
Oh,
can't
it
even imagine being in their
absolutely
shoes,
It
having a
absolutely
child that's missing, that you struggle to find resources for and fight for. And then the ultimate thing, the fear of all of us, your child comes up missing. You have no answers. You don't know. You tried to do everything in your power to find resources. Doors close in your face. There's not enough funding. There's not enough resources. Private pay facilities are so expensive. Like, I can't even imagine.
And she boots herself off my stream.
What did I?
don't know,
Jeez, I
but
did not mean to do that.
I
Damn
was
it.
hoping you were going to turn it off because I can't listen to this.
I know I
You
can't.
can't listen to this, but you're here all the time listening to me, Nana. Come on, Nana. You even make comments in my chat, Nana.
I'm gonna do one more
I
thing.
can't even
Hold
imagine
on,
being in their
hold on.
shoes.
Started out, September, October, that kind of thing. Even the dates aren't correct. I heard another rumor that something to the effect of Seth was told that, well, they had given Seth a year to get his home in order. And because
What's a GMAB? Poor nonsense. GMAB. What does that mean?
he couldn't get his home in order, they were going to do something different with Sebastian.
Anybody
You
know?
that's kind of like a lot of the other things that have happened there locally. It's just not factual.
It's just not factual, Tony. It's just not factual. Let me just remind you for a moment here.
Oh,
Let me take you back a second here.
This is where I'm yelling, I guess. Hold on. Turn the volume down. I'm yelling.
From kind of the beginning, and I have no doubt that you will find your son and that you'll be the reason.
Somebody says in the comments, if Sebastian has ODD, then that is due to bad parenting. Oh my God, the ignorance. I think we all know where the terrible parenting comes from. Seth is the only good parent, in my opinion.
I truly think that. I mean,
How ridiculous.
it's terrible what's going on, and
Oh, give me a break. Thank you.
tell me about him coming to live with you. I mean, so this was just a mutually agreed thing, and he was aware that it was happening. I mean, did he talk about it a lot with you?
Again, the date of this is March 20th. So we've known all along, those of us that have been paying attention, that the three
I can't with her disrespect. Beam me up,
parents
Scotty.
were trying to find solutions to best serve Sebastian and what he was going through. Most of us who have been paying attention have known that. Most of us who have been paying attention and not trying to just say, oh, the parents are guilty of some salacious bullshit based off of rumors, have known that they were all three struggling
Justin says, save us with prayer hands.
to find the proper solutions to best benefit Sebastian. Welcome to parenthood. It fucking sucks and it's hard and there's no straightforward answers and you can try everything and fail at
These people are such thin spines. Little crybabies.
everything and never find a solution and fail through the cracks. You can still do your best. You can find solutions. You can try 9 things and the 10th thing works. It happens to the best of us and it doesn't mean that
And everything I'm saying here, I stand on.
none of them didn't love their son, they didn't want the best for him, and that they weren't trying all of their hardest in their ways of trying to find solutions.
Well,
Sorry, I'm very pissed off about this because as a parent that deals with shit like this, I can't understand how grown ass adults are trying
She did not do her research because all things went through CP.
to leverage this shit to paint one or the other as bad or good or
Oh
anything.
my
They
God.
are parents struggling with
I'm thankful I'm not this nasty lady's child, in my opinion, from
a teen that was obviously struggling.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
But no sense. I bet $10 you wrote a handbook on parenting. No, sure as fuck. No,
If Seth
my adult child's under the stairs, TJ. Chill out.
Rogers, if Seth Rogers had 5 CPS calls made to his house, all were
Where's the proof?
reports from Sebastian against his dad.
We have no proof that that's true, Brittany. No proof. Idiot nonsense. She knew nothing about this case in March.
I have a feeling that her tune would not be the same. You're
Good point.
biased.
Yeah, good point.
She's biased. She's always been biased.
Playing his own words means I'm biased.
I promise you.
Okay.
That's all she ever does is yell. That's her.
All I ever do is yell.
Her tone of voice is always like that.
Oh,
End up.
God.
End of. Because
You
we
know
all
how
know
Chris said, shoulda,
nonsense
woulda, coulda.
knows it all.
Hindsight's 2020.
Look at that switch.
He was supposed to come live with me last year.
This switch is
Oh,
great. I
Right.
love this right here. This
I
is
gave
my
my son
favorite.
another chance to straighten his behavior up and actually apply himself at school, which he is fully capable of.
So Seth doesn't say that it was because of him not having things in order. He puts it off on, he gave Sebastian time to straighten up his
Wait
behavior.
a minute. He wasn't
that's the-
dishonest here.
Oh my.
It wasn't dishonest here. He tried to get him enrolled in homeschool. There was a waiting list. We know that Sebastian didn't want to go.
We didn't know any of that until Tony just said that. Check the comments on your screen. For those of you, I need you guys to verify here from Mohawk Mom. Sorry, but where is her child when she streams all the time in her bedroom with her husband there with her? Her mod makes that comment, okay? And that's important for the upcoming. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth on some of this shit.
To homeschool.
Right.
We know that. Hence him saying, I'll give him another chance. His words the other day were, he was
Mom ended up says, Ebony, I think it's a second job. She's just following the script with her clique, in my opinion, potentially. She's always yelling about what people shouldn't be doing, yet she doesn't set an example of what people should be doing. Make it make sense nonsense.
because he was going to get Sebastian a year ago. He applied because there's a waiting list for the homeschool.
I'm trying hard to make it look good that parents were communicating in the best interest of their child. Okay.
And he told Chris
Right.
and Katie that he thought it would be better that Sebastian finish out the school year at Beach. So it's
None of that came out of Seth's mouth. That came out of Tony's mouth. And again, there's no proof.
not so much of a transition on him. So how is that really any different than what he just said?
He said he gave him another year to get his behaviors in order. Nothing about the school having a wait list. There's a huge difference, but I don't know about you guys.
I'll give him another chance to apply himself at school. Like, how is that throwing that? He's not throwing anything on that kid.
But Seth said he wasn't acting that way at his place.
Right.
So
What is it,
it,
baby? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up. Go back to sleep.
They just point out, but Seth then said he wasn't having behaviors at his place. So which is it? See the back and forth here?
I yelled and woke him up. I didn't mean to do that.
And,
Makes me mad.
and that's true. He didn't act up at his place. He only acted up over there.
And we have no indication that that's true either.
Why did he do that?
Well, we've heard it come out of Katie's mouth. He would progress and he would do good for a little while, and then he would mess up and go into a regression.
Yep.
Well, what was happening that was setting him, in these little traps of
Holy shit. I just realized this was said. So Tara says, Ebony, she's a reaction channel. That's the whole point. Mohawk Mom says to Tara, that creator did nothing but cover KJ, who covered reality people. Since when have I ever covered KJ? I prefer yelling over snoring. Michigan wifey, thank you for the support. Can anybody include me in reminding me where I ever covered KJ? She was included in a few pre-records during the Marvon story. That was it. What the fuck are they even talking about? And this is where you get your facts from, is these people. Okay.
regression.
I don't think we even need to answer that. We all know the answer to that one.
Exactly, Justin. That's exactly what I just said. Yes. How did Seth lie? He didn't want homeschool. That was the other chance.
Oh my God, the way they twist
I mean,
this.
what?
And then he wanted to get him therapy, a better therapist.
That was in California. Reality. The therapy not being sufficient was being discussed.
Man, let's keep going.
Difference between what Tony is saying and what Seth did say. Seth put it off on Sebastian. He gave Sebastian longer time to straighten up his behaviors. But these were Seth's own words. Let's be very clear. March 20th, the lab.
But and he's straightened up some. But
I come in the chat. Nonsense enters the chat. I said, if you don't want me to be a complete C word as you are restreaming me, I suggest you tell your mod above not to ever mention my children again. You saw that my children were mentioned. Wait for the reaction.
he's still coming. He's already registered for school up here.
Oh, okay.
I want him here. He wants to be here.
Poor guy.
It takes quite a while.
Could that have any? I mean, could this have any bearing on him going missing? I mean, is it possible that he was just?
Josh is trying to be funny, and he says, "I just felt a cold breeze when I entered the chat. It's called the cloud of darkness."
He wanted to be with you, so he ran away and got lost. Bob?
Is it possible he was sick of all adults?
She's a cold-hearted snake. Look into her eyes.
He was sick of feeling
I said, Mohawk Mom, my children are not your concern.
misunderstood because he didn't even understand what was going on. Pretty typical of teenagers, if you ask me. Pretty
You've
typical of
lost your
teenagers and
mind,
parents
lady.
to have a disconnect and not
I've lost my mind.
understand each other. Not saying that any of them did the right thing or the wrong thing. We don't know. I didn't live in that household to even judge that.
What am I saying that's wrong here?
Possibly.
See, and that's what I don't think so, because he didn't leave with his phone. He didn't attempt to call me. His God.
Mohawk Mom says, nonsense. Well, Sebastian is not yours either. How does that comeback even work?
Parents live up in Clarksville too, and he has their phone number.
And the one thing that I'm going to mention that really bothers me that everybody fails to talk about with teenagers is teenagers suffer from suicidal ideation. I don't know, and I'm not saying that he did at all.
Okay, I'm going to back this up for a moment because I want you to hear fully what I'm saying, because this they throw a fit about and go over and over again. I stand on everything I said. Every bit of this. This is a discussion. I was not putting this on Sebastian and saying that that was what happened. I was saying that this is a discussion that needs to be talked about because it is a reality for a lot of families. A lot of teenagers suffer from this. And the fact that they are so bothered by this and throw the biggest fit shows me that they are so ignorant to these discussions, and it's a problem. You were accused of being KJ with the voice changer, if I remember correctly. Aussie Trisha, I sure was. I was. Absolutely.
I'm going to mention that really bothers me that everybody fails to talk about with teenagers is teenagers suffer from suicidal ideation. I don't know, and I'm not saying that he did at all. I don't know. I don't know the child. I don't know. But nobody has.
Right there, I said, I don't know. I don't know the child at all. I don't know if he did. I'm talking very openly.
Even mentioned that as such as an option.
How
Nobody
dare
has
you
even been
do
willing to talk about, you know what, kids
No.
have enough too. And it's something very realistic that we need to start talking about
Nonsense is forgetting that Sebastian isn't a normal teenager. Oof.
because teens
No.
struggle from it quite a bit.
Wow.
No,
She just did she just I'm sorry guys, trigger warning.
no.
Wow. She just
Listen to this. Listen to this reaction. If you're a teenager, you should not be in my chat. I'm an 18 and over channel, period. If you're a teenager, please exit my chat. Listen to this reaction. I am not putting this off on Sebastian, not saying that this was the case for Sebastian. I'm talking about reality is screaming no. Just wait, they'll play it over and over again though. And the chat is just going sideways. Sideways. Wow. Oh my God. Nonsense. No sense. Have you heard about the 5 reports? How can you say what you're saying? Are you blind? What?
just went there, Chronicles. Holy shit.
I'm furious. How dare she say something like that?
How dare I say something like that? How dare I speak about things that are happening in society and reality that many families deal with? How dare I open up a discussion about an important topic? Fuck you. Fuck you and your ignorant goddamn piece of shit ass. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, add more drama, you idiot. Nonsense. Excuse me.
right. There was no scent of Sebastian. He didn't run away. Hold on. Trigger warning. I'm going to go back one more time. Listen. She's awful.
That he did at all.
I'm awful for mentioning this. Don't put that on him when he's been through enough. Did I fucking put this on him? Sure as fuck didn't. Sure as fuck didn't, you spin master fucking idiots.
No, I don't know the child. I don't know.
Is it possible that he was just
I was very clear. I don't know this child, and I wasn't speaking on him.
he wanted to be with you, so he ran away and got lost, Bob?
Is it possible he was sick of all adults? He was sick of feeling misunderstood because he didn't even understand what was going on. Pretty typical of teenagers, if you ask me. Pretty typical of teenagers and parents to have a disconnect and not understand each other. Not saying that any of them did the right thing or the wrong thing. We don't know. I didn't live in that household to even judge that.
Possibly.
See, and that's what I don't think so, because he didn't leave with his phone. He didn't attempt to call me. You know, his godparents live up in Clarksville too, and he has their phone number.
And the one thing that I'm going to mention that really bothers me that everybody fails to talk about with teenagers.
Again, don't ever fucking twist my words into something that I didn't say, you ignorant pieces of shit.
Oh, Mom.
Hold on.
Teenagers suffer from suicidal ideation.
Oh,
I don't know,
my
and I'm not
God.
saying that he did at all. I don't know. I don't know the child. I don't know. But nobody has even mentioned that as such as an option. Nobody has even been willing to talk about, you know what, kids have enough too. And it's something very realistic that we need to start talking about because teens struggle from it quite a bit.
So this isn't the first time that she has pointed to this. She is the only one that I have heard go this direction. But she absolutely has hinted at Sebastian running away and doing what she just said. Like, you are sick.
I think she's putting her own personal life into this,
There's nothing to even indicate that.
because I've heard her say several times, "I have experience in this.
She's in the
I've been
chat.
through this."
Brittany, she's in the chat.
And I to talk about, I don't know,
I don't care.
to talk about that could have been the situation when it's never even.
I sure as fuck do have experience of this, and we've talked about it openly, and I am proud to talk about it openly because more people need to be aware that they are not alone and that teenagers are not alone, and parents need to know that they're not alone trying to help their teenagers through this, because this is a reality. I wasn't putting this on Sebastian. I was talking about an open discussion that needs to be had. And yes, I have personal experience in this. And if you're attempting to shame me for that, fuck you. Fuck you. Because my daughter has talked about her experiences, and fuck out of here with your ignorant piece of shit. Anything else you want to know? But I was no way, shape, or form putting this on him or going a direction with this. And I actually come in the chat and I say that to them. I say verbatim that I wasn't headed a direction. I was talking about, and the chat is just going sideways, throwing a fit, not even listening to the words that I said.
Been brought up. That's terrible.
Oh my God, what is wrong with her? Hi, all. I'm sorry. That is wrong of her to spin this narrative now. I'm not spinning a fucking narrative, not even remotely close.
Who the fuck talked about your children? Here you go. Nobody's talking about your kids. Nonsense.
No. Nope.
That was a comment way before to Mohawk Mom. And again, my child was being talked about by her mod. Listen to this ignorant shit.
You bitch. Where'd she go? I had to get a screenshot of that comment.
It's insensitive.
Don't come into my chat making yourself a victim. Nobody has spoke about your children. Nobody. And hey.
Meanwhile, her mod was the one to speak about my children. But don't come in her chat making myself a victim. I didn't interrupt her. I spoke directly to the mod that spoke on my children, and that's it. Don't come in my chat making yourself a victim. You fucking cry, baby. KB, thank you for the support. Such a lying clown. Such a lying clown. Let me go back up here. All she had to do was scroll back up. Oh, you can't see it, but you can scroll back in the stream and see what was said. I didn't make a fucking shit fit out of BJ. I said what I said to Mohawk Mom.
Welcome to a taste of your own medicine, honey. Let's count oh my God, let's go count how many live streams that that she's used of mine. Don't come in here talking about my mod, talking about your children. Nobody spoke on your kid.
Are you fucking stupid? Like right there. Just the blatant lies right in my face. Right in my face. Don't come in here talking about my mom, talking about your children. I said if she wanted to keep it up, I would pull a BJ on her, meaning private the stream. Fuck yeah, I did. Fuck yeah, I did. I got timed out too. Yeah. Yep. Again, and I didn't address it to Brittany, didn't blame her for it, but don't ever call me a fucking liar when your mod was doing it. And then they all try to fucking sugarcoat this shit. No sense. We're talking about you, you trash bucket. Go get yourself a set of nuts from a gecko so you could be pervy.
If you're talking about what Sarah said, she tried to apologize to you, and you were too much of a bitch not to accept.
Had nothing to do with Sarah. Nothing to fucking do with Sarah. No, I'm never going to accept an apology from a fake ass fucking bitch that was all performative. Sorry. Nope. Again, no. I said, and in the chat, I come in and I say, I'm not going a direction. Did you hear what I said? I said I wasn't speaking on Sebastian. I said it's a real situation that needs to be discussed.
Now, go. I just gave you some content. Shoo, shoo. Bye-bye.
Shoo, shoo. Bye-bye.
You don't prejudge.
I don't care if she's in my chat. She heard what I said.
Good. I'm glad you said it.
Nonsense. You are a mentally ill, vile human.
I'm not going a direction. Did you hear what I said? I said I wasn't speaking of Sebastian. I said it's a real situation that needs to be discussed. Well, if you're not talking about Sebastian, then why would you even discuss that in regards to his case?
You did. Don't gaslight us. No.
Don't gaslight us. Do they even listen to what's being said? I said, really, you're an ignorant fool. Go back and check your mod comments. The lab says, I think someone said, I'm glad I'm not her kid. That wasn't what I was talking about. It was Mohawk Mom. They know. They saw it. Way to play ignorant.
What was pathetic, Sweet and Sleuthy? Where are you even? What was?
Somebody else says, unfortunately, mental health can be an issue with teenagers. There's no evidence this is the case with Sebastian.
Pathetic. Did somebody say that they're glad? Listen, if there's anybody in chat speaking on other people's kids, I am not okay with that. Never have been. We don't speak on people's kids. Please don't talk about anybody's kids. Said you have not heard other creators bring this up. Don't gaslight. Oh yeah, she did. She did.
Because it's a real discussion. There's so many missing kids outside of Sebastian, and there's so much talk about all of these things with mental health, but people don't want to talk about real discussions around mental. Like, this is just frustrating.
Say that.
She did.
What do you do? Nonsense. Do you watch with your group of friends? Like, y'all just all come in my chat at the same time. What do y'all do?
No, I was getting somebody off for the airport and went to the potty room and happened to see, was alerted that some shit was going on. And then I came in and saw it with my own 2 eyes, and there she be. And then I went back to bed.
Sit on Messenger? Sit in the Discord and watch?
No, we don't have a Discord. No, we don't have a Messenger. I have a text message that mods that care about me.
Watch? Damn.
Sorry.
What if I rated your chat every single time I spoke on you and used, or every single time you spoke on me and used?
I don't raid your chat. I don't even care usually. Your mod spoke on my children. I came in, addressed her fucking directly, and you are going sideways. Mohawk Mom says, I owned what I said.
My video. Cool your tits. I dropped your link multiple times.
This bitch doesn't even get the fucking reality of what's going on.
My chat is nasty and I know it. Well, what are you doing in my chat? Why are you even here? What?
Mohawk
You
Mom.
used to be a great channel. No, actually, we don't. Well, if you don't like me, leave. I'm not for everybody.
She's talking
Tell
about
your creator
Mohawk.
that and clear it up. Your creator?
Yeah, she said Mohawk.
Your creator? I'm not her. Come on now. Chill out.
That's the creator she was modding for at the time. Tell your creator that it was you that said it. Take accountability, because BJ is denying that it was even said. Yeah, I said what I fucking said.
Look, I'm nobody's keeper.
Oh, really?
I mean, if
I wasn't even fucking blaming you for it.
if you want to start patrolling people's chats, I can show you some nasty chat nonsense.
Oh my God. Listen to.
I mean, I could show you if you want to go down that route. We definitely can go down that route. I can show you a nasty chat.
Yeah, I've seen yours numerous times.
You let shit go.
Who's talking about Who's talking about that?
There was a comment by a channel named X about testosterone. And I said, and here comes the comments about testosterone. Yikes.
I haven't seen
About
anything like that in the chat. We're talking about the lizard earlier.
They instantly go into fucking lying and making excuses when all I said was there was a comment about testosterone. And I've got that right here. I'll read it to you. A comment by the name of X. Finally, her mod timed that person out. But it said, let me find it again. The fucking deflection that these guys do over stupid shit. X says, nonsense. You need to lay off the testosterone.
Who's talking about testosterone? Look, let me tell you something. I'm responsible for what I say. I'm responsible for what I say.
Mm.
If you want a police chat, we can do that because I can show you some fucked up stuff that said in your chat.
Sure can. And I ask repeatedly for it not to be done. Sure can. My mods remove it. Sure do. You guys removed one.
I'm not playing that game with you, and I'm not giving you any validation in regards to what other people say. If you want to hold me accountable for my shit,
I'm not even talking to her. I'm saying, oh, and here comes the comments about testosterone. And look at how fucking tickled she gets.
I'm down with it. Fine. But I'm not responsible for what other people say.
We were
That
talking
shit,
about,
God don't hold me to those standards, and I'll be damned if you will.
God don't hold her to those standards, and I'll be damned if you do.
we were talking about a lizard.
Gross.
This is what they do. They go,
Fucking
if they can't
gross.
get you and hang you up on something you say, they have to hang you up by something that someone else says.
Yeah, my mods try to catch everything that they possibly can and get it out of here. And I ask repeatedly for people to stop doing it. Then they say, nonsense is talking about testosterone, nobody else. Like, the comment was right fucking there. These people are just stupid.
It's crazy. Oh
Brittany,
my God. You
I'm
can't-
going back in chat and I see nothing about anybody talking about testosterone.
Because it was finally fucking removed.
True.
I'm watching the chat right now. I don't either.
Yeah.
We were speaking about it because of the lizard.
And that wasn't even about testosterone. That
Had nothing to do with the lizard. Jesus.
was about nuts.
Right. Shady, me either. I never do this. I never go up into somebody's chat and then be like, oh, you just let this person say that. Oh, you just let that person say that. Oh, like,
But Irony Rose X didn't say nothing. Y'all need
hey,
glasses.
come on, chill out.
It's telling me to chill out while lying straight to my face. Not gonna work.
Weird. All right, we're done.
I just feel it's a distraction.
Justin says someone did say something about testosterone. One of them being honest, finally.
Like, have you even listened to anything I said tonight?
Nope. Sure don't care to. Did today. Saw enough.
Jesus. And let's call it for what it is, too. If I were to bring up
I wasn't being disrespectful at all to anybody.
self-harm in the same sentence with Sebastian, they would crawl my ass for days.
Not if you said what I said. In the context I said, nope. Because I wasn't putting that on him.
Somebody told you,
It's a real life discussion that so many people skirt around.
let me guess, did bitch Tim tell you had low testosterone, Josh? What? Chronicle, she's trying to, I think, I'm not.
Somebody says only 22% of high students have suffered from suicidal ideation. She made it sound like over half students or more did. Do you understand that 22% is a huge number of high school students? Do they even hear what they're saying? Do they even realize what they're talking about? 22%, only 22%. Only 22% of high school students. And I'm the ignorant bitch. Yeah, okay. I stand on what I said.
Not even going to say, I'm not going to take that bait because then they'll take me trying to explain it to you will be clipped and I'll be accused of saying something. So just, you can't with people like that. The virtue signaling. Oh my God, the virtue signaling.
Yeah, it was virtue signaling. I think I handled it pretty respectfully, coming in and addressing your mod directly and telling her not to speak on my fucking children. I didn't derail anything. I wasn't disrespectful. I wasn't calling anybody names. I said what I said. I stand on what I fucking said.
I just don't understand how somebody can hate somebody so much and not even know them personally.
The irony of that fucking statement right there. I don't know how somebody can hate somebody so bad and not even know them. I'm going to replay that right there. I'll be darned. I'll be darned.
Virtue signaling. Oh my God, the virtue signaling.
I just don't understand how somebody can hate somebody so much and not even know them personally. I just don't get that.
Oh, I know, Trooper's mom. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. These people, they have a God complex. It's weird. It's really
I have a God complex.
weird.
Yeah. That's definitely not what it is.
Yeah, simple things in life. It's snowing in Randolph County, North Carolina. Okay.
Her mod says, I asked you 3 times to stop nonsense. Now go sit in the corner as they timed me out. I wasn't disrespectful to a fucking soul in there.
Hopefully that's close to Yvette. She was wanting some snow. All right, let me go see what Nick posted. Oh, my tooth is killing me. What was it on X?
Yeah.
Fucking unreal. Unreal.
Damn.
If somebody was in here and a comment wasn't deleted, I would apologize and say, I'm sorry, we missed one, and go delete it. That's it. That's fucking all.
See, nonsense. I forgot about my tooth. You come in here and you got my shit. Fucking make my blood fucking pressure go up. My tooth bother me even more.
Oh, I made your blood pressure go up and your tooth bother you more. Fucking crybaby.
Damn. All right. Opinion poll. Was the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers premeditated?
X was probably sent over here from nonsense to the shit stir. The
Oh.
stir shit.
Oh, 73% said yes. Hold on. And Sweet and Slutty, I don't even know what your problem is with me. I've never done anything to you.
Then they're saying we don't know anybody named X. You love how quick that flipped right there?
Oh, Black Skies, is snowing where you're at? That's awesome.
All I know is it's freezing here.
Oh, it is so damn cold.
Then they start saying X is a troll allegedly when they realize there was comments made.
No.
X has been cool. Is X talking shit now?
Apparently, that's where the comment came from. That one.
What did X say?
Jesus Christ.
You have to ask the chat, see if they can repeat it.
Oh my Lord. After all this nasty thing said about kids and people this week, this is where they come to air their grievances. Girl, bye.
Oh, shut
I mean, hey, have you noticed this pattern, Shady? And look, I'll take accountability for everything I do. But look, have you noticed this? It's a pattern when it comes to these people.
It's a pattern that I came in your chat and specifically addressed Mohawk Mom talking to my children or child, asking where my child was while I was streaming. None of her fucking business. I would have given you the same respect if somebody, especially one of my mods, was saying something about that. Absolutely would have an issue with it. But instead of fucking just being an adult about it, you start lying and doubling down and acting like a fucking buffoon. And then allow more chats and accusations to be made. Things that you fucking bawl about. Spanky at least is being honest in the comments.
People coming after me, they always use what other people say.
Yeah. PJ
Never like my own merits.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see me blaming Brittany for that? No, she allowed it. She denied it. She's acting like it didn't happen. But did you see me blaming her for it? Sure as fuck didn't.
It's like, well, because I don't speak on people's kids and their, real life shit. They got to use what other people's comments are. And it's like, That's not the real world. In the real world, you are not held accountable for the actions and words of other people.
That's correct.
You know what I'm saying?
In the real world. Oh my God. Help me.
No, I agree. It's not, Josh. Technically, it's not. Saying that I'm glad I'm not someone's kid isn't talking about someone's kid. No, it's not. I mean, I guess it does kind of go into that gray area because, but at the same time, you know, I don't know, whatever. I like what Shady said. After all the damn things that have been said and done, this is where you come. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I watched Queen Bee.
I don't know about what you fucking think, but I am going to come in a chat anytime ignorance like that is spoke about my children. Fuck out of here if you think you're gonna ever get a pass on that shit. Anybody. I don't allow it to be done to your kids. Yes, people come in here and say vile shit and my mods delete it. And I try to catch as much as I possibly can. I also preface everything with we don't do that. And unfortunately, adults still act a fool. They still do, and we try to catch everything we can because it's not something we fucking agree with. But I'll be damned if I ever cower to your fucking dumb bitch ass and not come in there and say something to your mod who is speaking on my family. You got me all the way fucking wrong if you think that I'm ever going to be silent.
Just crossed so many boundaries tonight. And I bet you nobody will say anything about how over the top and wrong that shit was. Making fun of Deets, her appearance.
And bringing in a situation that had nothing to do, but I confronted you, your chat, on the shit that was being said about me, and you spin it into something else. That's a whataboutism. And then people even in the chat tell me to go put the bottle down.
Showing freaking Nunya's cam slit, like, to humiliate her. Calling people fat, like, but we're the problem? Come on.
And those adults will handle their drama with their people, just like I'm handling my drama with your fucking chat. And in the bottom corner of your screen, there is your comment about me putting the bottle down. Let me take the fucking trooper's mom. Let's play it a little bit ahead. So next time
Canadian Nana says, see, Dr. Nonsense. Now we got to give more.
About anybody accusing you of anything, just remember in your chat, you let it sit there and it's still there. It's 2 a.m. Put the bottle down, nonsense. Yes, I said what I said. Next time you fucking cry and call foul because you're being treated so poorly, take a reflection of your own fucking chat.
Money to Brit. Canadian Nana. This ain't the real world. It's a bunch of hateful teenage like adults, childlike. Yeah, it is. Did you see that, by the way, Shady? Like, not trying to bring that up, but did you see that tonight? I swear, between Queen and Granny, I don't know which one's more unhinged lately. They both are off their right.
That's exactly what you did. You exactly did that, trying to bring up another situation to deflect from the fact that you allowed your mod to say that shit, denied it, and then continue to allow other comments and try to gaslight me that I was wrong, that wasn't being said. I came in there to handle it respectfully. I wasn't disrespectful to you. I didn't blame you for it. Nothing. Said I was going to pull you if it continued on and private my stream that you were using, but I didn't even do that.
Rocker. Crossing every boundary and line that there is. All right. So 1 hour ago, breaking news. Public update on finding Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. The team at Night Private Intelligence. Okay, that's the same thing, y'all. It's the same thing. It's just that he made a little he made like a little breaking news thing to go with it. Oh, can't stand Oprah. Nick. Reddit weirdos refusing to back down from their Kobayashi theories despite the news. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much.
And yes, the other grown adults can handle their business. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on with all that shit and still don't. I think everybody's gone fucking lower than low lately, and I'm not cool with most of it. So there's that. But I'm handling what affects me, just like I expect other adults to handle what affects them. I don't expect people to go in and white knight for me and fire up stream. So don't expect me to start doing that shit.
Let's see. All right, I'm done. Yeah, I'm out there, y'all.
They said it's under
Oh.
the at night account
Okay, it's not neat. Okay, hold on.
at night.
Brittany, it's a new one. Okay. Justin, I'm sorry I kept you up tonight. You're going to be so aggravated at me in the morning. Justin's like, Brittany's freaking bad influence.
She goes on to say how I basically ruined their fun stream because I came in there to defend myself. I mean, I don't know who you think I am, but there's that. I even waited my 5 minutes to sub up to make that comment directly to Mohawk Mom. Their comments still exist, but gaslight people some more. I don't give a fuck about you using my stream. I don't give a shit about the stuff you spew, but don't ever try to lie straight to everybody's fucking face. Well, you're not lying to anybody's faces over the internet, I guess. That's what you do on a daily. Don't ever cry foul about people addict shaming you when you let comments like that, and laugh about comments like that when other people make it. Don't ever try the whataboutism when you yourself are doing the foul shit. Yeah, I guess it was a fun stream. Yeah, I guess it was a so fun stream. Well, she didn't have to put much effort into it. She slept through half the fucking thing. So there's that. But if you think for 1 second I'm not going to speak out and say something, I'll be damned if you have any clue who I am. Because my family is always first in my worlds. Always. In fact, I'm feeding my dogs right now because I don't even wait. Dexter was hungry and crying. Yeah. Isn't that crazy though? Isn't that wild how that fucking flipped around so fast? I was respectful too. I wasn't even out of pocket. I guess if I was truly in the Britney spirit, though, I would have bawled the entire time and, oh my God, followed over that $100. Oh my God, dear, like that $100 super chat. That means so much from the bottom of my heart. Fucking gross. I thought she had a tooth problem last week and was going to the dentist. Teeth problems suck, though. They really do. Yeah, right? Saturday search, right? Yeah, Thor, that I will say too. It's not my problem. Her panel puts her to sleep. Yeah. And don't be mad when I have people that care about me and my family and know how protective I am. And those people also respect the fact that I asked them not to defend me and let me do it myself. So that a lot of people will come to me and tell me before they do. But even then, a lot of times they fire up and go in and say something too. So, anywho, any questions of where I stand? Thank you for being with me for a drama stream today. I appreciate it. Y'all hung on with me for 3.5 hours. But that ending was a peach, wasn't it? I guess I'm fucking good at rating these chats. I didn't even know there was such a thing of making a couple comments of now rating someone's chat. I have no idea. Crazy shit. Crazy fucking shit. What's for dinner? Kenzie fed the littles, because thank God there's another adult in this house. So Kenzie already took care of the littles, and I'll probably eat some soup and drink some NyQuil. Thank you, Patricia. I appreciate that. Somebody did send me a really kind Cash App, and the note was even kinder with it. If that was, I don't want to say the name because I'm sure it's not her YouTube name. But which I never have my notifications on. So thank you. They said, I wish I knew about you sooner. That actually does. I'm so thankful for all of you. Truly, truly am. You need NyQuil? Are you sick too? Oh, this shit's going around. This has been a lot to digest, right, Duchess? Isn't it ironic? You guys are appreciated. I appreciate you guys sitting here and giving me the space and understanding and let me vent, and I'll be damned. But let me end this way, because I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid to talk openly about struggles with, in fact, I am going to take some meds before I forget. I can't wait to get to 10K, because we are going to do a fundraiser for a charity that we decide, and we are going to design merch directly for charity. We're almost there, you guys. We're almost there. But I am going to do a stream talking about suicidal ideation. The comment in that chat saying that only 22% of high school students suffer from that. To all of my parents in here that have had a child suffer with suicidal ideation, self-harm, my hats go off to you. I didn't sleep for probably 6 months straight because I was deathly afraid, because my oldest couldn't take it anymore. And Kenzie spoke openly about her struggles. So that's why I'm willing to speak on them. She advocates for people like her with mental health issues, anxiety, depression, medical issues. This is a reality that many of us families live in. That's way too many, way too many. And kids need to know that it's okay to talk about it. Kids need to know that adults aren't afraid to have these discussions, and they can come to you and tell you that they're struggling. And ignorance like this spewed on the internet continues the cycle of fucking ignorance. Flat out. Children, teenagers need to know that they're not alone. And that it's okay to not be okay. They need to know that it's okay to talk about their struggles. They need to know that these are the realities, that life isn't perfect. And if we continue to act like these conversations are taboo, how are we helping? We're not. Holy shit, did you guys just give... I can't celebrate 10K yet because they'll go have everybody unsub. So thank you guys for getting us to 10K. It's all you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. But these are the realities. These prayed away camps, these conversion therapy situations are dangerous. But parents oftentimes fall victim to the troubled teen industry, seeking out help because it is a scary situation. It's a scary topic. Mental health for pediatrics is extremely scary. There's not a lot of resources. It's the unknown. Some of these diagnoses feel incredibly heavy, and you don't know where to turn, and you feel so isolated, and you become more isolated because if there's behaviors that are aggressive around these situations, you isolate, and that furthers the whole stigma around it. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Congrats to us, my mods, all the islanders. This is a us situation, not a me situation. Sometimes I just stir the boat, crashing into the island. But you guys all did that. Thank you for being here with me along this journey. Oh, you guys are amazing. We deserve this. And we're going to be able to help charities because of this, because we are going to pick a charity. When those options are unlocked, I will look through them and find a few, and we will go through it. And I think maybe right now would be a perfect time to do something for mental health awareness.
Because I'll be damned if I ever am silent on behalf of my girls who struggle, on behalf of my loved ones who struggle, on behalf of my sister who has dealt with co-occurring disorder, addiction, and mental health issues. I'll be fucking damned if I am called a vile, mentally ill person in a chat because I advocate fierce for those I love and strangers on the internet. If this is what mental illness looks like because I have a voice and will refuse to be silent, call it anything you want. If this is the product of a shitty childhood, yeah, some of it might be. But I'm pretty fucking proud of what this product has become because can look in the mirror every day and say I'm proud of what I do for my family and strangers. And I have no shame in this. So while you try to shame me for things I'm not, for your lack of understanding, for your own ignorance and refusal to see the reality that we live in, while you shit on other parents that I would never put my child in a home. Be thankful you don't have to make the decisions that many people are faced with. Be thankful that you're not in those shoes. Be thankful that you've never experienced some of this stuff. But I will continue to advocate for my family and others that are completely different than mine, that have struggles that I wouldn't even be able to handle or know how to start. So while all of us that are just trying to do our best and find resources to get our kids through life, because that's what parents should do, continue to mock us. We'll be over here spending energy, supporting each other and lifting each other up, that it's okay to not be okay, including pediatrics, children that deserve to be heard. Children cannot consent. And with that, I'm going to get off my soapbox before I say a whole lot of shit I might regret. Probably not. Probably not regret any of it, but there's that. So, yeah. Abso-freaking-lutely. Terry, cheers to great things ahead for the island and the lending a hand to others. Terry, thank you for being you. You are so appreciated, and your advocacy for your family and others. I am surrounded by amazing people that truly I'm just thankful every day for. I'm thankful for the experience that they are willing to share with me, the hard times, the good times. Life isn't easy. And when you have a group of people that just get it, it's amazing. Let me read a few of these comments before yeah, support's a huge thing. You got to find your support systems in this situation. And I will never, 10.5 teens in every 100K actually do unalive themselves. That's over 35,000 teens that die by unaliving themselves per year. No regrets. That, Ellen, I think I should get that tattoo, actually. That number right there, pen, is horrifying. Horrifying. And to hear people say only 22%. Only 22%. Or what? What? 5%. 1% is too many. And remember to thank an educator. If your kids go to school and they have counselors and teachers, our teachers and educators, special ed teachers, play such a significant role in many of our lives and are truly such a part of our village. It takes a village. That is one thing I did at the end of our IEP meeting yesterday. I told you guys normally I leave those bawling. I bawl through them because it's usually they're not testing high enough or they need these services added or this or that. And this time it was preparing them for high school. And every one of them had something so positive to say. It was truly shocking and eye-opening. And I took the opportunity to thank them because without them, I wouldn't be doing what I'm able to do.
They play such a huge role in my children's lives. Such a positive influence in my girls' lives. They cheer for them. They lift them up when they're having bad days. They remind them that they got this. When they're having a shitty day with peers, they stay in on lunch hours to have talks with these kids. Educators are not thanked enough. People in social services are not thanked enough. So just a reminder, please remember, it takes a village. Sometimes it feels that we're alone, but find a team. Find a team that's there to support you and yours, because it's hard to do alone. Yes, family cycles have to be broken. Generational cycles have to be broken. And it's okay to be the black sheep. Absolutely okay. And go against the grain. 100%. Thank you guys for everything you do. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today and doing some drama and ending on a serious note. But I'll be damned if anybody thinks that they're ever going to talk the shit about me and my girls or my family or anything. I was even respectful about it, but you got me all the way fucked up if you think I'm going to let you ever say shit like that. Because I know what type of parent I am. I'm one who fails a lot, but I don't give up. And I continue to try because they're worth it and they deserve it. And together we are breaking generational cycles and family cycles. And they will be success stories no matter what. They're already success stories. All of us, our children are success stories, no matter their struggles, no matter their scars. All right, I'm out before I start the cheer slowing, but that shit just irritates me so bad. And then for Nana to say, I think this is personal for her. You're fucking right. It's personal for me. It's absolutely. And when ignorant adults refuse to talk about situations like this that impact so many kids, gets under my skin. Sweet one, thank you so much. I haven't even gone and looked, you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Truly. Absolutely. Yep. Oh, by the way, one thing positive I got to share with you guys before I gotta get out of here. We have winter formal dance this weekend. So we picked her winter formal dress. It's like, they're growing up and I'm struggling with it. Okay. Like they're getting big and it's like picking a winter formal dress. Next we're going to be doing proms. And I'm like, can we just go back to when I was dressing them up as thing number 1 and thing number 2 and making them little tutus? That's what I used to do. I used to spend all my time turn them into thing number 1. I made all their costumes and stuff when they were little. I've had them since they were 4 and 5. And to see them blossoming into these beautiful young teenagers is like, it's just a lot. But it was super cute to watch that. So, yes, absolutely. You were homecoming king? Oh, wait till high school graduation. I'm not ready. Not ready for that at all. Aunt Kathy's story time. Sending you a huge hug. There's a lot of people in this comment section that have suffered loss of a child, and sending you all huge hugs. Every one of you. X, I wish I could, one day I'll be able to share with them when they're older and they're protected. But if you guys, it's something that I cherish so dearly and I protect fiercely. But one day if they are ever ready and want to, if they want to share their journeys and be a part of, whatever, that will be their choice. But they are truly my biggest blessing. The 3 girls, even the one under the stairs, y'all know that that's my pride and joy as much as the littles. Like, that is my mini me through and through. She is her mama's fucking mini for sure. She's as mouthy as I am, sometimes more, but yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your night. Protect your peace out here. Some people just aren't worth it, and some people it feels good to just cuss the bitch out. I mean, there's that. Sending hugs to all of you who need them and want them. Fist bumps to the rest of you. Or a smack upside the head if you need that too. Go take care of yourselves. Remember, self-care is important, especially to my caregivers out here. Caregiver fatigue is a real thing. Do something for you. Disconnect. Take care of you. See you guys next time. Thanks again for the 10K. I'm sure we'll drop below it for a little while, but we'll get right back up there. And then as soon as I get the options open, we'll decide as an island of where we want to support. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.